Go! Welcome everybody back to Savage Kingdoms, the Windstone of Silendor. These are my illustrious players, one smoking a very Tolkien-esque pipe, and the other with a frightening Chennari behind him, another one with a cool swamp behind her. So I am Mike Yao, your game master for the evening and the other Savage Kingdoms role-playing game. We're playing the 3rd edition of the game, because a couple of people have asked, and all 7 people watching. And so these are my players. They can introduce themselves really quick. Starting with Madison.
Oh, I thought we were starting with
Madison.
the smoke piping.
Only when it gets to him.
All right, I'll go then. Playing Blue Star. She is the wild she bard.
Cool.
Who kinda has a pet serpent now.
Right, if you all saw the last episode, that is true.
Very much.
And we have Matt J.R.R. Tolkien.
Yes,
Edwardson.
My name is, I don't know why I'm doing Sean Connery, but...
Why not? Why not do Sean Connery?
Why not do Sean? R.I.P. Sean. My name is Matt, and I am playing Hethelion and Eluna Sidhe.
That's right. So the joke here, everybody, is that Matt's wearing this storytelling sort of like jacket and he had a pipe. And we all thought he was doing savage theater. Masterpiece there.
Yes. Welcome to the next episode.
Apparently, Sean Connery as well. Sure. Next up is Eric.
Yes, my name is Eric. I am playing the Chennari that is behind me. He's mostly blind and rather feral. And he's a cat person from the Mezcan Isles, similar to the black jaguars of South and Central America.
Cool. And his name is Khan.
His name is Khan, which is definitely a feline name from the Jungle Book, but more popularized in the Star Trek.
Never heard of him.
Jungle Book is cool though. Yeah.
Jungle Book is cool.
What is this Star Wars track you speak of?
Star Wars track? Star Trek Wars? What?
So when we last left off, they are intrepid adventurers, our fellow heroes and anti-heroes. We're traveling. So the overall quest was, as you probably recall, but just for the audience's sake, they are looking for an ancient Windstone, which is this magical device that the Eluna Sidhe would enchant centuries ago, millennia ago, actually, to hold up their sky citadels. So the sky citadels in the current age, which is the age of man, or the age of humans, is that most of the sky citadels have fallen to the ground. They didn't really crash, they just kind of lost their buoyancy. And so they encountered a few sessions ago, 2 or 3 dark Sidhe, which are dark elves. Dark Sidhe from the Order of the Shadow Knights, which is a very prestigious knightly sort of knight. They're kind of like knights assassins almost, that serve the unseelie court of Lithanor, which is the only known sort of dark Sidhe realm remaining. There's probably small fragments of like dark Sidhe tribes here and there, but that's the only kind of known kingdom that's left. And so they're going on a quest for the Dark Sidhe Shadow Knights to find this Windstone. They haven't really said why they need it, but nobody seems to have really asked. And one of them is traveling with them, named Sildorian. He is a non-player character, of course. And the last scene we literally left off was they were traveling into the swamps of Greymoor, which is a very notoriously giant moor, basically marshland that extends for many dozens of miles in many directions. And it kind of serves as the borderlands between Brythia, Kimrith, and to some extent Cairndon, which is a province of Brythia, and also even the far northwestern corner of the Laurenthian Empire. So with all of that ridiculous exposition in place, so you befriended an Avank, which is a furred river serpent, although they can be found in lakes as well, apparently. And it seems to have taken to Blue Star. And it's been following around like a puppy dog. Not Khan, the Avank. But
That could happen too. I don't know. Maybe I should roll my animal handling.
And it's been following you the last hour or two, staying to the watery areas, as you guys have been mostly staying to the dry areas. Speaking of dry areas, you just saw an island coming up, and it's kind of misty. It was starting to get close to dusk. So it's late in the day, and you just through the mists saw some crude huts on this island. And that's where we'll pick back up.
Can I make a perception check to see like what kind of huts, like if it's associated with any kind of race?
Yeah,
that I
okay,
know of?
yeah. Make a lore roll, actually.
No.
Okay, cool. Noted. So audience, Khan has gained a second advancement, and he's Eric is actually updating the character right now. 24. And where is Blue Star from? Kind of all around, but mostly.
She is from the border between Silendorian and Lithuanian, or wait, how do you say first one?
Yeah.
Lotharian.
Yeah,
Lithalor, the dark she realm.
yeah. She lives along the border between that place and then also where the Eluna Sidhe.
Oh, so that'd be the Shadowlands, because those two realms are a couple hundred yards apart, or miles.
From the Shadowlands, then
They're,
it would make
they're
sense.
so far apart, several hundred yards even.
You could almost see them.
You might have to walk 5 minutes to deliver a message. No, but yes, you. So with that in mind, based on your roll, Blue Star 24, these look like they're probably Kimrethi, which is a human tribe. They live. They're a tribal people, based kind of on the ancient Welsh, actually, Celtic Welsh from the real world, based loosely upon them.
Okay.
Do they seem, from where we're at, do they seem occupied? Do we see signs of life yet?
Not yet. So you can make a perception roll unless you want to get closer. Just start to see some very crude huts. Most of the buildings are round. Some are kind of long. They have thatched roofs, some with grass on top as well.
Khan, are you able to sneak in stealthily to see if you hear anything?
I believe that they're the Kimmerthy, if I recall correctly.
Ah, that makes sense. We're not far from their lands.
You need me to listen, to sneak?
Could
Scout?
you?
I try. Yes.
You're certain they are of the Kimrethi, says Sildorian.
Oh, it seems that way.
I guess we are somewhat close to the borders. And then he turns to say something to Khan, and Khan apparently vanishes into the mist. So Khan just almost literally just into the mist, quiet, going through the muck, super quiet. I mean, you lose track of him in 5 seconds.
So fast. My goodness.
And quiet.
It's amazing.
So Khan, you're able to sneak all the way up to, wait, what did I roll it previously? Khan, so you're able to kind of slip through the water in the muck for about 20 yards. And then you notice it starts to drop off. And you could tell that there's almost like a moat, like around the island that has the buildings on it. It's just all water, like it's fairly deep water. Like there's no dry patches to really walk. So you'd almost have to swim up to the island.
Does Khan notice a current in the water?
Make a survival roll if you want, or perception.
All right, give me a second.
Perception, touch, or survival. Perception touch doesn't come up that much.
So I'm going to roll my perception hearing, which actually, give me a second. I haven't updated the roll value. Oh no, I'm so behind.
How dare you? Khan is yanked down and submerged in the water for several minutes. Okay, so back to...
So here, I'm rolling to perception hearing just -1 from whatever it comes up as.
Cool. Okay, so 11. All
Did it
right,
happen?
so 11.
Yeah.
You don't feel any currents. It feels
Okay.
pretty stagnant.
Okay, how far is the gap? Can I see shadowy land on the other side?
Yes, so you can see the shadow, the island, some of the buildings kind of through the mist. And also
Okay.
right in this moment, you suddenly see emerging from one of the huts. It looks to be a man with a boy, and they're carrying looks like nets, probably fishing nets.
Okay.
They their faces are kind of like they have blue like tattoos or something on their face in their
No,
skin.
I don't know that I'd be able to make out the tattoos with my blindness.
Yeah, you just see the shapes of.
So much the larger male figure and the smaller child figure in nets.
They don't seem to notice you. They're just kind of walking out like they were going off to go.
Well, I am wary because of the nets due to my history in the gladiatorial rings, and being captive. So I'm going to kind of skirt around opposite the direction they're walking and try to see if I can find a way to gently, quietly swim across the moat to their huts.
Okay, from a different direction, you said.
Yeah, so that
Okay.
I'm letting them walk off wherever they're walking, and I'm going to
Yeah.
kind of go away from wherever they're going.
Okay. So what's Athelion and Blue Star doing? Just still waiting? He's only been gone like a minute.
Blue Star is. If I were to play my harp, would they hear across the way in that?
Probably, unless you played really, really low.
Okay, I'm probably just strumming very low just to keep the serpent at ease.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's still kind of. You see him in the water, the top
Yeah.
of him. Occasionally, his head comes up. Whenever you start playing like a certain note, he kind of like pops his head up.
Do I?
He seems to like G sharp for some reason.
Ooh, G sharp. I'll keep that in mind. I'll write an entire song based on you.
I'll call it G sharp. And every note will be G sharp.
G sharp, playing on my harp.
G harp.
Is there a bard song that involves the Kimrithi that
Well, one is the Maiden in the River Serpent, which you is
that I
actually
already know.
about a maiden who charms an Avank.
Oh man, we could have an entire show recreation of the song.
And you can roll lore to see if you know of any more that are specifically of their culture. If you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Might as well.
Why not? Right.
Why not? 18.
Okay. You know of at least one other, maybe two. Let's see. There's another one that's actually kind of a news. It's about a warrior named Kalen, and Kalen Silverhand. He lost his hand in battle, and he was a Kimra, chieftain's son, and lost his hand in battle. And apparently, the story goes he had his hand replaced by Sildaril, which is Elvish she star metal, and so he's earned the name Kalen Silverhand.
Okay, I will keep that in mind.
And apparently this Kalen still exists, is still around. It's not a very old song.
Oh, so it's recent then.
Yeah, I mean, you've only heard it. Like the Emerald Harpers taught it to you only maybe a year ago.
Cool.
Alrighty then. Well, just strumming away, and I'll
Okay.
turn to
Ithelian.
If anybody happens to hear you.
I hope Khan is gonna be okay by himself. I wonder
Speaking
if I should have followed him.
Yes, his vision is limited. Perhaps I shall sneak up with him.
Do you feel comfortable doing that? Are you the quiet type? I don't remember.
I don't either. Let me check. I'm decently.
Are you good at stealthing?
I am
I'm not
decent.
stealth.
I am somewhat nimble, so I can quietly.
You do that, and I'll stay back with Sir Dorian because, yeah.
Sildorian kind of glares at you. So
If
please,
if we're not back in 10 minutes, then you should come find us.
Okay,
why
we'll be
don't we
here.
all go together? I'm also quite stealthy. I'm a shadow knight. We're trained in stealth.
That is wise.
I'm better at playing music than
Probably. I do not
around.
claim to be a musician.
Perhaps you bring up the rear blue star and Sildorian and I will sneak up front.
My friends, as fellow she, did not the Chennari go forth to scout for a reason? Aren't we defeating the purpose if we don't wait for him?
I suppose, but I'm getting worried. It has been a whole minute.
Oh, and wow.
Minutes.
Tracking time like humans now, are we?
Perhaps we will. Perhaps you're right. We will give him another few minutes before we.
Let's give him at least 20 more seconds.
30.5.
So be it. Eric, did you see my
Oh no, I'm sorry, I did not.
it's in the roll 20 chat?
No.
I just wanted you to roll stealth again because since you're moving to a different location.
Gotcha.
And you do hear the harp music behind you, but it's very, very light. Ooh.
Wow.
All right. Not quite enough, but the valiant effort. No, I'm kidding. So you
needed 30.
Dear God, what is listening? So you sneak around and find you move for about a minute or so into a different direction, and you're kind of like almost like the northeastern part of the island, maybe
Okay.
island with a little village. You can see a few more buildings, and on this side you actually see these little wooded or these little leather craft, these round, probably fishing vessels.
Oh, okay.
Made out of hardened leather, actually. So
Okay.
they're kind of tied up to the. They're kind of moored here on the side of the island.
How far across is the moat?
It's about 15 yards. 15 yard
Okay.
swim or leap.
Quite
Quite a leap, though. So
yeah,
40,
it's a big
45 feet ish.
It's how much?
15 yards, so 45 feet.
Okay. But yeah.
45.
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know if I want to swim across that right now. Okay. Well, I think I've got a good idea of what's going on, and I'm gonna come back and report to the group. Or Khan is going to return to report to the group.
Okay. No need for stealth again because you were really quiet and you don't really see anyone around. So you easily go squishing back to the others. You see, so
Oh my goodness, you're
y'all
back.
see
I was so
Khan.
worried about you.
It was only gone a minute.
The Avant freaks out for a moment, but then it calms down, realizing it's Khan.
Khan.
So, what did you discover?
Fishing village.
Oh,
Are there people?
I see man and child
Hmm.
carry nets and some small boat.
It's only two people.
That's all I see.
Could be more. Maybe it's abandoned. Well, not entirely. You saw two people.
Were you able to see how many buildings there were, or at least shadowy structures to your eyes?
It's all like
No
4
count.
or 5.
A few, a handful.
I see. So very small place, unless you did not see all of it.
Yes, I go maybe a third way round, maybe.
Well, we could, as evening is setting on, we could approach peaceably, and if things were to turn against us, we could obviously probably take care of them.
you said they had fishing nets. Do you think that they might try to capture my new companion?
I was going to say, I think we should avoid it. We have
Hard
this
to
creature
say.
with us. This creature is now with us, and there's no telling they could be hostile.
On the other
Yeah,
hand,
I know.
I do not trust most humans, regardless of their culture.
oh, yeah.
Well,
I
we
would suggest I could play them a song and maybe they'll give us a place to stay for the night, but
There is that. They might give
I
us
actually
succor
never
if
heard
you're.
their songs. The one that I played to gain our new companion is actually a song of theirs. So they might find that extraordinary.
By the way, Luna Seal, how long will this creature be accommodating us?
Mm, as long as it wants to.
Is it feeding itself?
I look over at it and I pet its head.
Have you been feeding yourself?
It's kind of moves its head up on your hand and doesn't really know what you're talking about, probably.
Think that you'll eat Sir Dorian? I think he's worried.
It starts to actually circle around your midriff slightly. And so Dorian kind of puts his hand to the hilt of his sword.
Sir Dorian, you are more dangerous to me than this serpent.
Just be careful. Look what it's doing.
It's perfectly fine. It's just giving me a hug. Some people like hugs, Dorian.
So be it. I say we push on.
I think that the serpent should hug you. Maybe it will melt away your cold, ice art.
I do not need an embrace from a serpent.
Are we go? Are we stay?
I think Blue Star, you are the most magnetic of us, so perhaps you lead without the serpent and see if you can.
We need to get to the standing stones.
We go
Yes.
stone?
But we do need a place to sleep. Or
We
at
need a
least
place to
trance.
rest. Yes, yes.
Well, when you put it that way, I feel like if they do have hunters around, if there are more than just 2 fishermen, there might be a chance that they might come across us in their land at night if we make camp elsewhere.
Agreed.
So I feel like we should at least introduce ourselves so they know we're friendly.
You're probably right.
Fine.
We're in
I
their
will,
territory. They may already
I-
detect us.
yes. I will accompany you, Blue Star, up front. Perhaps Sildorian and Khan you could follow a
Indeed.
little
I-
behind.
I stay hidden.
And I have to hide the serpent?
I think
They
they
may
might
not
get a little.
Yes, they may not react so positively to it.
Oh,
Yes.
Then again, they might worship it if these are savages.
Ooh. Hmm.
I should not have said anything.
I have an idea. And I without saying anything else, I go on ahead, and since that you said that there's the water is deep, I have the serpent go into that water and just tell
So
it
you are going at like kind
Yes.
of the way Khan went.
yes.
Okay.
But I have the serpent stealthily, hopefully, going into the water.
Okay.
Now.
So you probably want to make your own stealth roll at first. I would. Okay. Well, are you still playing?
I'm still playing softly. I'm not necessarily trying to be stealthy, but I do want the serpent to be stealthy, if that makes sense.
Well, I mean, it doesn't really know that you want that, but it is following you. It does seem to be naturally pretty quiet anyway.
Oh, okay.
Like it glides through the water pretty quietly.
Would I be able to make an animal handling roll to see if it can stay in the water?
Yeah,
as I
see if you
people?
see if you can try to intuit some kind of message to it. Yeah.
Okay.
Animal handling.
I'm gonna. Khan stealthily follows them as she moves back towards the village, but I stay a little ways behind.
Okay.
24.
So Dorian's staying back with you.
And I'm not really full sneaking. I'm just kind of being there, but that's evident from my roll.
Okay. You also notice, well, actually, Blue Star doesn't because she's moving forward, but Hethelia notices. Khan may not, but it looks like Sildorian's hanging back too. It looks like he's trying to make some effort to kind of like he's putting some mud on his face. He's putting the cowl of his cloak deep. You get a feeling he's trying not to look like a dark she, or at least a shadow knight, but not that they would probably know what one is. But meanwhile, Blue Star, yeah, you try to talk to the Avok. It seems to totally do what you say. It's staying back, even quieter than it was. Just kind of, you could see it just kind of relating through the.
Be sure to not get caught in the nets, okay? Just try to hang low. Okay?
It seems to kind of understand what you're saying, like something about danger, but it It stays low.
Oh, you know what?
You see an egg.
Can I do beast speak with it?
I was
Or does
wondering if you were going to do that. You could
mean-
try. You think it'll probably work. I mean, technically, it's a monster or a supernatural creature, but if his intelligence, if his intellect is as low as a normal animal, it'll work.
Okay, well then I will cast beast speak then, just to be sure, because I don't want to get, I don't want to lose my serpent to the nets.
All right. Okay. So you have to touch the animal, and it's DL 15 for a gigantic animal, which this is.
Okay, so I
Oh
will.
wait. Oh wait. Actually, hold on. It may not work on it. Let's see.
Oh,
Deeper level of an animal. Yeah. Did you make a lore roll on this creature? Didn't anybody know what it was?
I did.
Okay. Oh, good. So actually, Blue Star, you're pretty sure the spell will not work on it. You're frozen. Madison's frozen. Madison? I shocked her with that news. She's frozen.
It's like, I can't speak to my beastie.
Oh, she's barely coming
Oh.
through.
Oh.
I just heard like a sibilant or two.
You're spotty.
Spotty.
Zoom froze. Ah, here she comes.
Blue stars
Hey.
for self check.
you like I told you something and you like froze and I'm like, oh dear God, I guess she doesn't like that news.
Okay,
I don't know if you heard me. Yeah, you don't think it'll work. You think it's too much of a fey creature. It's too much of a like a quote monster end quote for it to
oh really?
spell to work. It only works on animals or gigantic animals.
Okay.
Like animals in the more natural sense of the word and not like monstrous creatures.
Ah, Dryat.
Yeah.
Well,
But it does seem to be intuiting what you're ordering it so far based on your animal handling roll.
okay. Well, I will just have to rely on that then, and hope it doesn't get caught. And if it does, then
And are you sending it across the water by itself? Or you're both are going? I mean the deep part. Because you're at the deep part now.
oh well, I'm having just it
Mhm.
hanging out at the deep part, just to hang out
Okay.
and swim around. I'm not gonna go through the water. I'm gonna see if there's like a bridge that I can like enter the entrance of this village.
Okay. Cool. Also, Madison, Blue Star, rather, make a luck roll. So
Oh no!
One
What does
d20
that mean?
plus your luck.
Oh no! Okay. Oh, that's not good, but okay.
All right. Okay. Nothing seems unchanged. And all right. So, Ithelian
guess
and
I will follow, looking for a bridge, but we may have to swim it, if there is none.
Well, they must have a bridge of some sort. They're not,
so, yeah, they've
swimming.
moved up to you now. I
are
guess.
they?
Well, Khan
Khan-
said there was a boat.
Khan speaks from the shadows. Boats, other side.
Ooh.
Other side, like the north side.
No, on island at village.
So the other.
Maybe we should take a boat then?
Hmm.
No, you have to swim to boat.
We would still have to swim to the boat.
Oh, I don't
So it's their boats tethered, I suppose.
Yes, boat tethered by village.
He's speaking
Well, they
very
must-
low, by the way.
Yeah.
I assume all of you are.
Yes,
Yes.
whispers.
Blue Star might not be.
Well, if you don't feel comfortable, Blue Star, I can swim and make first contact. Like Zephyr Cochrane.
Do you feel confident with your social skills?
You are slightly better than I am, but I am not. I'm not horrible.
At this
Okay,
point,
well.
everybody make a perception roll, everyone. Sight or swap specialty.
So if it's
Swampy
not hearing, it's -1.
Mm-hmm. Oh, does it really matter with a 37?
Ooh.
For the audience at home, he exploded a 20. Got an actual 20, means you get to roll again and add. So, oh, Blue Star 20. Hithelian is too busy listening to her own heart.
Just busy talking to Blue Star. didn't
Which is
hear you.
pounding a lot with Sildorian so close. Oh, sorry, I've said way too much.
He's behind me, isn't he?
He is actually. So Khan and Blue Star, you both noticed right as you were just saying that, you can see up on the island through the mist up ahead, because it's kind of foggy and misty. You could see a couple more figures. You don't see the boy and the child. It looks like this time looks like a woman, and a fairly muscular blue tattooed man carrying a spear next to her, and they're walking into one of the huts.
Ooh.
And the woman is carrying a bundle too. It looks like it could be an infant.
Oh, they have children. Children love music. Let's go.
I said there was child earlier. Why no one listened?
You said, boy, this is a... Never mind.
Baby.
How are we
Let
getting
us-
across the deep water? Doesn't it drop off here?
We will have to swim.
I
Are
could
you-
just yell at them and hope that they get attention as well. Maybe they can give us a boat.
And draw all their arrows and spears? Suppose we could take a
Yes.
chance.
I don't like arrows.
Well,
Or
I'm
spear.
sorry that I don't have a better idea. I just don't want to get wet. I mean, we're going to be soaking wet, then we're going to sneak into their village. It's going to be awkward because it's like, why are you sneaking through our waters into our village without us knowing? I mean, it's just a little rude, Dorian.
Sildorian, where's the creature?
Oh, he's somewhere in the water.
Right as you say that, you feel like brush against your leg.
Hello.
Do you think he'd let us ride him in?
I swim.
Yes, I think I will, in fact, swim in that case. But actually, Blue Star, it may not... Your order is well known in the West, correct? The Emerald Harpers.
Yeah.
Perhaps if you announce yourself, they might be more hospitable.
That's true. Which is why I was saying I was going to try to draw their attention. And once
You
they
have
see
sign?
Harper,
Say Emerald Harbor.
the cape that I wear, and the little pin.
Cloak and
Oh.
the brooch.
So
the harp.
once they see me,
I know see special.
oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Colin. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
Okay, please accept my apologies. So then there's two options. We either ride the serpent over, or I just get their attention right now.
Perhaps play that
I-
song.
I sneak over to the side while you do that.
Okay.
Ah, excellent.
Where are you going, Con? Like, do you go into the
Con-
boat side or?
Khan's moving off to the right from where they are along the moat so that I'm kind of hidden while they're doing their singing to attract attention so that I'm not visible.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, you almost vanish immediately.
Yeah, I don't want arrows and spears.
I'm gonna try to put something that looks a little bit like the huts on their island. Here we go.
You I noticed that Dorian put like mud on his face.
You have. He's made some effort to disguise. Not a bad effort, just with adjusting clothing and doing some mud, and
So Dorian, you look so different.
that's good. I'm trying to look different. I don't want to draw attention to myself. Some humans do not like the dark she, and we do not like them.
It's wise, Sildorian. I will stay up front with Blue Star, as I think they will not be as shocked by our appearance.
Well, all right, let's do this.
And I pull out my harp and I hopefully the serpent won't come up. It might come up when I start playing, but I'm just gonna risk it. Hopefully
Okay. Why is there a bear with you guys? Oh, that's midnight.
that's midnight.
Forgot about.
Yeah. I got like 2 pets now.
So now you got to deal with him too.
Yeah, I know. All right, I'm gonna hop onto midnight to make sure that they don't so they don't think it's like this random bear that's like behind us about to attack us.
Mm.
So-
I'm
You
sorry.
wanted. He's like, so you could sense he's kind of like, are we swimming or what? Are we gonna see how deep it is?
No, I just have him. I hold on. So we just stay still, and I will play, warrior Kalen. Did you say?
Mhm.
What? I will
The
play that.
tale of Kalen Silverhand.
I will sing it and play it very loudly.
Okay. It's not a song, nor is it music. It is it's like a dubstep. It's dubstep. No, I'm kidding.
Dubstep.
So it's all right, make a performance roll. No, it is sung and often harped.
Okay. I was about to say I will go into rap if need be, but
Listen to the story about a man named Kalen who
Dude.
got his hand chopped off
The
by
belly
a
button
leafy
thing.
alien.
Yep. What?
okay.
Lambo.
So
Oh,
would I get
terrible.
harping and singing specialty bonus as well?
No, you can only use one specialty. You can't
Okay.
stack two into the same skill roll.
Fine. 20.
So what's carrying your performance? More song or harp?
Song, so I can be heard because she has a very loud mouth.
Okay. So you start singing this song. It's fairly heroic and a little sad, actually. There's a part where it's tragic because he gets his hand severed, and he about gives up on life. And there's an old ancient law of the Kimrethi that the king must be whole. You can't become a chieftain or a king unless you are whole. And so he goes on this quest to find this legendary Darkshee smith, actually, who was able to forge Sildaril, which is star metal, into a hand and enchanted it, and it was fully articulated. And
that might
so
be a
it
good
ends cool, and he becomes king of his tribe. So
That might give some extra brownie points for Sir Dorian if he's found out. To
yeah,
remind them,
he's
hey,
definitely
Darcy
listening.
helped out, see?
Yeah, he's definitely listening. I mean, it's a pretty good. You do pretty well as a 20, and she's about 3 minutes into the song. You all can see on the island. You can see a few people coming out, including that fairly buff guy with the blue. In fact, it's mostly males that come out. They're carrying spears. Some of them. A few of them have wicker shields, kind of square shaped, and they almost form kind of a battle line on the island. But you only see there's only 6 of them that you see. There's a few women and children kind of hanging behind the battle line, and they're just kind of listening. And until you get all the way through the song, and the whole song is like 12, 13 minutes long. And they're just kind of staring. They don't even say anything after the song.
Hithelian, hail friends.
What language?
We come in peace. Okay. I guess I assume they probably don't speak She, so I guess I will do my sort of pigeon Brythian.
Okay. Yeah, one steps forward and decent Brythia, maybe slightly better than yours, but not by much. He calls back, and you are the Emerald Harp.
Indeed.
Do you need shelter for the night?
Would you mind?
Are you of the she folk, the fair folk?
Yes, we are.
You see him kind of call back, and there's some rustling amongst the battle line.
We come in peace.
Come across.
Thank you.
There is an easier way. This way.
Yes. We'll follow your directions.
And he shouts something back, and if you speak Kimrethi, you can tell it's Kimrethi. And some of the males grab a hold of what appears to be this long wooden bridge, for lack of a better, and they kind of like move it out across the water, and it kind of meets one of the little knolls of land that's kind of near you. Obviously, they pull it away probably for defensive purposes, but it's basically a glorified log that's just flattened out, basically. And you could go across there, and Midnight goes across, and you all cross, I guess.
Yes.
Han stays hidden on this side of the bank.
Okay, you're staying over here then.
Yeah, I'm staying on this side, waiting till
Okay.
everybody disperses. And I'll
Okay, across the moat, quote unquote.
Yeah, Khan will swim across later.
Okay, so everyone gets across. Yeah, they don't. They apparently did notice Khan hiding. As you come to the other side, they kind of stand. It's kind of, you get this weird, especially they're kind of like fascinated with you, but also slightly standoffish. Very quiet. They're just kind of looking at you. And
Thank you for your hospitality.
he just
We
kind
are
of nods.
passing through and need one night to sleep. If
Okay.
you would oblige us.
They kind of look at each other and not really say anything, and then kind of subtly parting through two of the larger male warriors is a kind of a short woman. Actually, she's got like bones in her hair and looks like snake skin tied around her neck. You even see Blue Star, actually all of you, but Blue Star particularly. She's wearing a pelt. It looks like it's probably a Vonk fur. That's kind of almost like a sash. It's like a dark brown fur, and it looks kind of waterproof.
Great.
And she
I'm
just
glad that I didn't bring my serpent.
she has blue woad like on her, painted in spiral patterns on her face, and she just kind of looks and you're of the and she says, and you're of the fair folk.
Ah, you speak our language. I
I
say
speak
back
it
and
well
she.
enough. Aye, and the wise woman of this clan. Follow me.
Ah, thank you.
And she just turns and walks. The warriors kind of follow behind you, but they don't get close. They kind of stay back for some weird reason. And she leads you into like this hut here, which is kind of like an oval one. You get a feeling maybe it's a guest hut or something, or maybe it's hers. And she just kind of sends you in. There's not really any doors. There's like a flap of leather that, oh, you just teleported in. Teleported out of nowhere. She turns around and says, your bear is welcome to come in as well if you would like to come.
That
Even the
is
beasts are welcome in here.
That's so sweet. Thank you. Midnight appreciates it.
Midnight, 'tis a good name.
I thought so.
He is tame well enough.
Oh, yes. Tame as could be.
Aye. You rest here. And then she just kind of sits down and just kind of like stares at you for a moment. I find it odd that you are, while she and Eluna, she all travel together. And what about this man? And Sildorian's like, you're correct. I'm a man. I'm just a mercenary.
We are traveling on our way to Brythia.
To Brythia, yes. Brythia.
Yes. Do you know
not
how
far.
close we... Okay, good.
Why does this one lie to me? Who are you? And she's like looking right at Sildorian. he says, and she, don't what? Oh, I thought you were saying something.
No.
I thought Vitellian was going to.
He's with us. He is with us. And
I see that. Looks to me like someone in disguise who doesn't know how to wear woad and mud upon his face.
You've been lying to us, Dorian?
Finally pulls his cloak back. He looks a little, he's got the mud and stuff. I am of the she-folk, it is true. Yes. Forgive my lying to you, madam. We're not off to a very good start, are we? I've given you hospitality and shelter, and yet you try to hide from me. Very well. The gods are cruel.
He's just shy. It's no disrespect intended.
There's none. My clan will look at it like when we see the fair folk, as we call your kind often, we see it as either as a blessing or sometimes as a portent of evil things to come. Of which one we will soon see.
I apologize for causing your clan any distress. She
holds up a finger and then suddenly starts chanting. She grabs a wooden bowl next to her, pulls out some bones out of a pouch, and it's got like runes all in it. And she just starts chanting, and she's kind of listening to you, but she keeps like throwing bones into the bowl. It's
Since,
pretty clear that she's trying to read like maybe
Like,
read omens or something. Yeah.
I'm going to be silent to let her go through with it in peace.
It's like a whole minute and a half. And she finally looks up and she doesn't even say anything. She just kind of puts the bowl to the side. So, why have you come, fair folk, to such a small, sad, pathetic village?
As I said, we were on our way to Brythia. We seek the standing stones.
But why come here? Are you lost?
We felt this was the short path, and we got a little misdirected in the swamp.
So you are lost. On your way to Brythia, and you seek standing stones, for there are many there.
Yes.
Is this true? She looks to Blue Star and then to Sildorian.
It is. Do you know anything about the standing stones?
As I've said, there are many. The most famous ones are just north of Linleer. They're called the Giant's Dance, for they are great, as big as a giant. There are 13 of them, a number of moons in the year.
Oh, wow.
If that is the ones you seek.
Is that the one to be seen?
So Dorian kind of nods the whole time, and he kind of looks at you two like, he doesn't add any detail, but he kind of nods like, pretty sure that's the ones.
How long have you been on this island?
Most of my life.
It is.
Have you traveled?
We are of the northern tribes. We are the Druithi. Certainly you've heard of the Druithi folk. And when she says that, for some reason, she touches a wolf tail that's kind of hanging off of her belt. So, and you come to think of it, some of the warriors were wearing like wolf pelts, and even like the heads of them on there.
Would that name ring a bell to Hithalion?
It would be a lore roll. The Druithi. It's probably a tribe of the Kimrethi.
Okay, so it's a specific tribe.
Yeah.
I'll make a lore roll. Just
maybe. We'll see.
Yeah. Not a very.
So, Italians never heard of them until now.
No.
Blue Star has. Yeah, Blue Star, you think the Druithi are, so they are considered racially and ethnically and even linguistically Kimrethi, but they're kind of almost their own tribe. They're a large tribe. And they're known to worship the Wolf Lord, a god named Dufanan, also known as the Wolf Lord. And a lot of them kind of, and they're also known to be kind of maybe the most violent of all the Kimrethi tribes.
Oh, goody.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I will turn to her, and I'm assuming I notice her touching the wolf. And say, "Oh, so you worship, I believe, a wolf god, Dufanan?"
I should have known an Emerald Harper would know. Dufanan, the Wolf Lord, the wolf god. He gave us all life.
Could you tell us more? It sounds so interesting.
Why should I? Did you not come to entertain us?
Oh, well, I just get so caught up learning about new people and new religions since I travel so much. It's always nice to sit back and listen for once, I think.
Perhaps later. Perhaps later.
As you have said, I should be here entertaining you. So, if there is anywhere that you would like me to set up to perform for your people, I would gladly do so.
Take your time and settle in. Perhaps I will tell the rest of the village of your arrival. Are there any others in your wake that have come?
I turn to Hithalion. Like, should we?
We do have one more who is quite shy. He has not crossed yet.
Another of the fair folk?
No, he is. Are you familiar with the Chinari?
Chinari. I have heard of their kind, yes.
Yes, he is. He is of that clan.
I have never seen one. Would be fascinated if he would come.
I would be happy to invite him. Let me go call him in. I'll walk to the edge of where I think he is and shout out to him, Khan, you are clear to come.
You get followed by a couple of warriors at a distance. And then Khan, you hear Athelian's voice calling out into the mists.
They welcome us.
Do you hear us, Eric?
I hear you.
Oh, okay, there you go. I want to make sure you weren't
I might add,
muted.
they let us rest.
They will let us rest. And
You
I
hear-
will secretly.
You hear no response, at least immediately.
Well, he might take a minute to get here. I will wait for him here if that is all right.
Do you go back in and tell her that, or you tell him no?
Oh, she didn't come with me, so yeah,
No.
I'll just stand there and I'll kind of nod and smile at the two guards that followed. Break out my pipe.
They just kind of nod. They look pretty gruff. One's wearing like a wolf skull with the dried pelt still kind of attached to it, flowing down into a cape. Did you get that, Eric?
Yep.
All right. Go
So I'm
for
waiting.
it. Go for it.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that, but I'm going to do that right now.
Are you gonna fly in? Do you have a secret flying ability?
I do. It's magic.
He learned the flight spell over his last advancement.
Gonna dress up. He's gonna dress up as a wolf and come
Yeah.
ascending down.
I am your god.
Behold, Dufanin is here.
See, I told you it's a good omen.
All right. I'm just going to have to roll it visually for everybody, but
All right. So
I don't know how to do a whisper roll. So
Oh.
I tried. It didn't
Yeah,
work.
I don't think there's a way actually. So yeah, it's stagnant water, so you quite easily make it across.
Okay.
And
And then
then you
when
try
I
to
hit
do
the
it
other side,
stealthily?
I'm going to go back to stealth again.
Yeah. So nobody seems to notice you
Okay.
as you come up. You came up from the side that has the coracles, the little leather boats. And
And I'm going to slowly make my way towards the hut where they led my companions.
so you see several huts, but it looks like it's the larger one. It's actually from your angle. It's actually even closer. So
Okay.
I'm standing over here. Don't forget about me.
Athelian doesn't even notice you.
I know. I can't out of
the-
game. I mean, I
You
can't.
see the back of her like on the other side of the island, kind of like calling, "Oh,
Khan,
oh."
where are you, Khan?
Con, you're able to get to the hut before there's no more cover or concealment. Although it is getting dark,
Okay.
there's a couple of there's four more men standing out there with spears and wolf pelts and stuff.
Well, I will slip up next to Hithalion.
She's
And-
kind of further out, but she's probably coming back at this point. So she's,
Yeah.
As I see
Fine.
her returning to the hut, I'm gonna slip up next to her or by her and be like, "Safe."
Oh, Khan, you surprised me.
right as this
Yes.
happens, the two warriors with Athelion suddenly they take stances with their spears, and it looks like they're
No.
ready to thrust at Khan.
No, he's friend.
Make a persuasion roll, Athelion.
Oh dear. Where's my persuasion? Oh, good. I've got a little persuasion with me.
That's right. Might do.
Oh,
Ooh.
Apparently, you persuade them out of all of their gold and fish.
They have named you chief now.
they will perform
Golden
from.
fish.
Athelion
They
is
will
now,
perform
you are
for
now
us now.
Dufanin, the Wolf Lord. So 41, yeah, you're just immediately like, no, and they just pull back. and they just immediately snap to and listen to everything that you say and back off.
Thank you, friend. Yes, yes. And then I'll turn back to Con. Yes, aside from the surprise, yes, we're safe here. We're given a quarter for the night.
So that was a critical success, Matt. So you actually get a +1 bonus to future persuasion rolls when dealing with Kimrethi or Druithi.
I'll make a note of that.
So basically, as long as you're here in this village, unless you go further into their realm. So yeah, they snap to and they lead you back to the hut. They with Khan, a soaking wet black-furred Chinari.
Oh goodness, Con, you're absolutely drenched.
He swam across.
Sildorian looks.
I shake
12.
good and vigorously right before I walk in the tent or the hut.
And I'll take off my cape and I'll like put it over him so it like soaks up the water.
Come on. No,
Yeah, well, Khan
An
has
old
taken
green
his
cloak.
and wrung it out, and Khan's basically stripping down to almost naked, just wringing out clothing and whatnot.
So you see this blue painted face woman kind of staring at you curiously, almost too creepily curiously.
Did we? Did she give us her name yet? She did, didn't she?
Still hasn't said it. No.
Oh, ma'am, wise woman, what is your name?
I am called Bronwyn.
Ah, Bronwyn, I am Hithelian. This creature who is stripping before you is Khan.
This is the Chinari you spoke of course.
Yes.
At that sound, Khan perks up. Chinari.
Mm.
Chinari. And I go back and continue what I'm doing.
Chinari.
Yes.
And it seems like
This
they're
is-
speaking in she. She does switch to Brythian at some point. But
This is Blue Star and Sildorian, the rest of our party.
Sildorian is the disguised man's name, is it? It is a she name.
Yes.
As
he
I've said,
earlier.
woman, I am of the she-folk. Forgive thee. There's nothing to forgive. Now, I must say that I, Bronwyn, am now chieftain of this small clan. I am chieftain and shamaness, and many things. Our clan is very small. We lost many warriors in a war against the Kimrethi only 6 moons ago.
Ah, Kimrethi fought. Aren't you Kimrethi yourself?
That is what the outside world can assume, that we are all that. But we are Druithi. We worship the Wolf Lord. The Kimrethi know not of Defanen. They only know the old gods that give us nothing. But it matters not. Enough of that. We will bring food. You may stay here the night. We wish to hear your songs and tales.
Yes, I am glad to share them.
So several other people from the tribe come in, and again, there's like a dozen people coming here, and that's like all. There's probably still more people out in the village, but you get a feeling that probably not that much more, really. And
Blue Star, when you perform, I am happy to sing with you. I have some vocal skills. I don't play an instrument, but
Ithalian, I would love for you to sing with me.
as you wish. It'd be my honor.
cool.
I guess once
So
ever.
Athelian will add a +1 bonus to your
Okay.
roll, unless she's trying to sabotage the performance.
No.
I will sing. Gosh, I hope the serpent doesn't bust in here. It would be hilarious, but I hope it doesn't.
Hey, you guys!
But I
It's funny.
I think I will do Maiden and the Serpent.
Oh no. Okay.
Is that a bad idea? Should I not? Well, you said there's. I already did a Warrior Kalen. Is there any other besides Maiden of the Serpent that's related to the Druithi?
Like specifically? No, that's the only ones that you know of. Specifically.
I don't. What
But
do you
there's a couple
improvise.
Brythian songs, tavern songs, that maybe they've heard, or who cares? Or maybe they just like the tune. the melody.
Would it be horrible if the serpent just like slithered in? It's like, oh yes, I can summon them. Should I try? Oh my god, I don't.
Up to you.
No, she's literally wearing his brother. I'm not gonna do that. Never mind. I will. Is there like one that's over 15 that I can sing, like the DL over 15?
Let's see. Well, I mean, the big one is the breaking of Arvalindor, of course, which you've already broke Sildorian down to tears.
Oh, maybe I should do it again.
Dude, serves him right.
You like Fiend
Oh,
Cry.
There's a tale about that you would know, a dark she metalsmith named Talendor who knew the secret of Silduril.
Ooh, okay.
It's called the Starsmith. Actually, he's the one who fashioned the prosthetic hands and feet for Kaelin.
It's a good sequel then.
It is the sequel.
Well, this song's actually older than that one.
Oh.
So it just so happened that, yeah.
I want to hear
It's performance DL 13, and you must have at least one skill level in performance, which you quite easily do.
Okay.
This one has a cool benefit too. If you succeed by 10 over of the DL, all audience members gain a +1 bonus to crafting skill rolls for the next hour. So it's a song that craftsmen sometimes will play in order to inspire their apprentices.
Okay, then I will do that then. We'll just see if
Cool.
it works. 25.
So they all start building shit afterwards.
I bring a good omen.
25. You did make it by 10. So if people were crafting things, and the kind of are actually one of the women folk in here is actually making a blanket, and another person's weaving a basket. They're kind of getting into it, listening to the song. But the main thing is that it's a beautiful performance. They're left stunned. I mean, here's she folk like performing this incredible like half magical song. So they're pretty captivated.
Good job, Hithalion.
Teamwork.
Yes.
Yeah, the duet worked out really well actually. Even if the Thelian didn't know the song, she could have just did her little backup, her little
Humming harmony.
yeah humming harmonies. Once you figured out the tune, right? We've all done that. I've done that in a musical before. I'm like, I'm not quite sure, but I'm just gonna kind of fake it and follow along.
I'm gonna wing it.
I've done that with opera before when I didn't know the language. It still worked.
Yeah, learn it.
Just make
Yeah.
it sound Italian,
Phonetically.
right?
Right.
Oh, chale, oh.
Palinocchio, Fanazio.
Mozzarella cheese.
So someone's in the audience who speaks, they're like, what? Green beans, red banana bread? What are they singing about? Are they singing about the serpent and the maiden?
my shopping list. That's what it is.
Shopping.
I'm suddenly hungry for Italian food. So yeah, no, the performance goes well. It's didn't really say how long this one lasts. So this is, if it's a she song, it's probably at least 20 minutes. It's an epic.
Hithalion, you're in disguise.
Good God, that looks about as effective as Sildorian's disguise was.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. I was celebrating the song win there.
So
Nice.
after that, they just they're pretty moved and very thankful. And Blue Star, they actually give you a couple of tokens. They're not really coins. They kind of get the feeling they probably don't use a lot of coinage here. It's probably trade and barter. But this like child gives you like a little stone. You think it's just a rock, and then you realize when you clean it up, it's kind of a goldish brown color. Might be amber actually. Might be a piece of amber.
Make a, what would it be?
Crafting
Crafting.
to praise.
Do I get a bonus from my own song?
Actually, you do.
Cool. Because it's
No,
not my
you don't.
thing.
Not so. Only when you're specifically making something. So this use of crafting is appraisal. So not so now, but
Ah, okay. probably won't do that well. 9. Eh.
9.
Okay. Not nine. Nothing. So you're not sure. You're not sure if it's a glass bead or whatever it is, but
Well, nevertheless, I thank the child.
he's just kind of like he sort of laughs and so he's like staring at you like pretty elf girl.
Do I
And
have something I can give him in return?
Is there a fire in this hut?
they'll take the harp probably for no. Yeah, in the center of the hut, actually there's a hole in the roof as well. There's a big fire pit.
Oh, good. While she was playing, Khan was, laying his accoutrement around the fire and curling up near it to dry off.
Okay. You just get strange looks, but nobody bothers you. Since Hethelian spoke so well for you.
It is a naked Chinari laying near a fire.
I gave you my cloak. I put the cloak over you.
So Khan pulls focus from Blue Star's performance is what we're saying.
That's not true. I stealthily set myself up by the fire. Especially with,
Sildorn eventually asks, Lady Bronwyn, if we stay the night, we might leave early. Get out of your, what is this saying the human Jews? Out of your hair. Tis you may stay longer if you wish. That music was quite beautiful, played by the Emerald Harper. And you say your name was Blue Star,
Yes.
which would be in your language, Eluna Sidhe?
Yes.
I had to write it down. Forgot to write it down on this.
Eluna Sidhe. Or Silelune. I think Eluna Sidhe sounds better.
Yeah,
Not Eluna Sidhe, it's actually Eluna Sidhe, which is blue. So, yeah. What do y'all want to do anything else tonight? They're kind of chilling. There's not a lot of them.
Bronwyn, if I may ask, do you know the directions to those giant stones as we leave here? Which direction should we head?
Asking Bronwyn or
Yes,
Sildorian?
Bronwyn.
Let's see if she even knows. She just knows about them. So she looks at you and she kind of scoffs a little bit, laughs, and says, "Indeed, so you are lost. Why do you seek them if you know not where they are?"
We have business near there.
I wished I could tell you. I just know that they are north of Linlear. If you've gone into the White Heart Forest, you have gone too far. They are in the alleged heart of Brythia. Bits in the ground when she says Brythia.
Well, thank you. We wish you good night.
Indeed.
I will turn to Bronwyn and ask her,
Is there any trading among your people? Or anything of that kind?
Of course. We trade with other tribes of the Druithi and sometimes the Kimrithi and occasionally even the Brythians.
Do you accept silver here? Or is it something else?
Silver is the metal of the moon. It is always welcome for its beauty.
all right. Then I will search out, see if they have any interesting wares or weapons.
Okay. So they haven't really allowed you to go outside the hut. If you want to, you can. But inside the hut proper here, this large sort of lodge with the big fire pit that Khan's warming his ass up, neck up against.
Khan is drying his fur and goods.
Yeah.
And he's waiting for a meal. They mentioned something about food, but he's just waiting for that to come.
Oh, it's actually already been kind of happening through all of this.
Oh, okay. Well, he's eating
So-
and he's sleeping.
Some of it's kind of
cat.
some of it's kind of questionable. Like there's looks like there's they eat leeches, which are kind of coated in honey. Leeches from the swamp. Weirdly enough, they're actually not bad, and as long as you do lots of honey. And leeks, they have leek soup and wild onions. Yeah, that's and there's like a fish that they eat that's questionable.
Khan enjoyed all of it. Well,
like
Khan
it's-
enjoyed the leeches and the fish. And then, as a good cat, has fallen asleep next to the fire.
And they have a local ale that they brew that's pretty harsh, but if you get used to it, it's not bad.
Do you purr, Con?
I snore a little bit.
So he purrs.
Yes.
He purrs.
It's snoring.
All right, Colin.
Puts people
Well,
to sleep very quickly.
As we get ready for bed, I will pull a Blue Star and Sildorian aside as we get ready and just say, it may be wise for one of us to keep an eye open in a shift rotation just to be sure that
I
nothing
agree.
out of
If anything, I was going to keep watch during the night, but if you'd like to share a watch, that would be good. They seem to be friendly enough, but I do not overly trust anyone who worships a wolf demon.
Agreed.
They're behind me, aren't they?
She's got a knife to your throat.
That's right. Just want to make sure. So yeah, so you are going to keep. Is Khan in on this, or just the she who only sleep 6 hours or trance for 6 hours?
I will
Khan,
trust.
Khan is taking a little power nap next to the fire for the moment till it dries off. Then he's going to get redressed before he then goes back to sleep.
Okay. Oh, by the way, Madison. So to answer your earlier question, in the hut there's some wares that are kind of like, you don't know if they're for sale or trade, but they're kind of hanging up. So there's like baskets.
Is there any like potions or like healing items or like that?
There's a couple of things around Bronwyn that look like they're like little clay vials, like little elixirs or salves.
Okay.
Probably more herbalism than alchemy.
Could I
Maybe magic, but probably.
could I ask her what it is or make a perception to see what they are? Maybe.
Yeah. Would you want to ask her, or do you want to
I'll ask her.
roll herbalism? Okay. She says, "None of your damn business." Make a. That might be the answer. Make a persuasion roll because.
Okay. Persuasion. No bonuses based off of my wonderful.
Well, actually, yeah, I wasn't going to tell you. But the DL the target number is 5 lower after your performance.
Cool. All
So,
right.
so it's almost
16.
like a +5, really. But so, all right. 6 so 21 technically. All right.
60.
Well, 60.
Should
She looks at you and says, herbalism, most of this is what you would call. This one here is barrowweed. It grows on cairns and graves. Has the power to allow you to see the future from time to time.
Really? That's
And to
fascinating.
detect anything dead around you, ghosts and such.
Ooh.
And I also have this is deadly nightshade. Very deadly poison. Certainly you know of it.
Nightshade. Is that something that you would have to ingest to work, or is it more of a poison that you can put on weapons?
It is let me look.
We consult the stars.
It will work both through a wound or if ingested, but it is better to be ingested, more potent that way. But it can also put one into quite a rest. A deep sleep, as it were. Not always dangerous.
Oh.
Oh, and also around her neck, make a herbalism roll, Blue Star.
Okay. It's not as good as my other rolls, probably, but
If you would, you'll probably get it. 15? Okay. Around her neck is actually a whole garland of mistletoe. And you know that things can be made out of mistletoe. It's a fairly quasi-magical plant, very important to the druidic order.
she didn't mention them, so I'm assuming she's not selling it though.
Well, yeah, she doesn't mention it as being a possible trade item, but maybe.
I don't want to take anything that she doesn't want to give.
other than herbs and stuff, they just have like some baskets, a couple spears they might want to trade, some arrows for short bows, hunting arrows, and some
Maybe
furs.
want any of
Some
that?
furs. Huh?
Would Hethelion want any of that? Arrows?
Oh, no.
The arrows will not fit my bow.
Yeah, her arrows are longer. They're war arrows, a little bit longer. I mean, you could use the short arrows, but it's a -1 to the or a -2 to the attack roll. So,
But I'm not good at the bow. I have a bow, but I don't really use it. So, I will ask her then, what the cost for, the weed you mentioned first.
Nightshade. Oh, yeah.
the weed, whoa, it's whatever you want to give, dude.
And
Also
also
the
nightshade.
barrowweed
Yeah.
or Greywort, same thing. And also for the other.
Yeah.
So we do not take coins from the outside world often, but I can be convinced if you wish. Some of them are quite pretty.
Silver is quite pretty.
It is. I prefer it in its more natural form instead of coins, but they can always be melted down.
Very true.
So the barrowweed, I have a good bit of it. And it is, I will give you some for free.
That is so sweet of you.
It grows in some abundance in the autumn, south of here.
Well, if you offer, then I shall accept.
Very well. And she hands you, so basically it's 2 bundles worth. So about the size of I mean, they're not, not even any bulk. It's light. It's almost like broom straw is what barrowweed looks like. Kind of grayish brown. And yeah, there's like 2 bundles of it. So that she gives you for free. But she hasn't made anything out of it yet. So it's just raw. She's dried it out. That's about it. So if you wanted to make what's on in the actual concoction the smoke the incense out of it, you'd have to do that yourself.
Okay.
Unless you want to convince her to do it. But
I mean, what does the smoke do?
it's on page 143, but basically you could create a concoction out of it. If you inhale it, it gives you a +1 bonus to magical arts, death, and shadow skill rolls for an hour. And if you have you gain the second sight talent for an hour.
Cool.
If you already have second sight, it gives you a bonus to it. The drawback is that you've heard some people have can get sickened by it. Like it can make you queasy by inhaling it.
Okay. So what all I would have to do is just light it on fire and just like do it under my nose or something?
Yeah, there is a
But I can't craft it?
Yeah, it is DL 15 to create a concoction. So there is something to it more than just burning it.
Gotcha.
So you have to know how to kind of sheath it and like prepare it, and you have to crunch it into like fine dust, and then
Well, if
it's like turning mugwort into moxa for Chinese medicine.
Yeah. So yeah,
It's not just straight mugwort. It's you
Eric
prepare it
about that, and then you have to pick some of the stuff out and keep the good stuff, that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. I might ask her to, for a price of to make it for me, because I'm not good at crafting. So unless one of our party members is confident with crafting, I would not be able to do that myself.
If you wish to perform another song for us, perform us another song, and I will make one for you.
All right, I will.
Do not fail. No, she is.
Vitaly, do you want to aid me again in your singing? You're muted. Oh boy.
She's lost her voice.
Yes, certainly. Yes, I have one more in me before bedtime.
I do have a request.
Yes.
Hethelion is singing as well. What of your friend, the Chanari, Khan? Can he raise his voice in song? Perhaps he can dance.
Con. And I like crawl over because this excites me. And I pick him. Con.
Eh,
Con.
what?
Do you sing?
Sing. No, no
Can-
sing.
Dance? Dance?
No dance.
Well, you're gonna learn. And I drag him up. I drag him up and
Do
I
you
take
resist, Eric?
Kind of. I just kind of go dead weight. It's like a cat. That just like, eh.
and I
What's your physique, Blue Star?
not good. I'm dragging Con on the floor and I snap my fingers.
You could
to-
drag him, but it's a little bit of an effort.
And I summon Midnight because I'm going to have, as a bonus, I'm going to have Midnight dance as well in case Con fails.
Midnight comes in. There's a couple of spears that kind of get at the ready, and Bronwyn's like, "No, bear his friend. Kambura Karas Masri." They're all like, they kind of back away.
Okay. And so I'm going to lean in towards Con again and be like, can you please try to entertain our guest? Pretty please.
So Dorian says, "This ought to be interesting."
Do this for me, please.
I don't dance.
Could you help sing? It doesn't even have to be that good.
I try sing.
Does he play an instrument?
I don't think he does. Do
Does
you
the
play?
Chinari play war drums or something?
I play drum.
That
I beat drum.
Blue Star quickly, like wherever a drum is, I don't know where one would be.
There's
but-
actually a couple of bohrans in here, which are like, have you ever seen the Celtic drums that have the hole in the back? It means cow song. It's made out of cow hide. There's a couple of instruments that look like that.
If this works out, we're buying you a drum con. We are
In
making
fact,
a band.
one of the tribesmen kind of hands it to you, finally figuring out that you're talking about the drum.
Okay.
Oh, geez.
You don't have to. You don't have to roll though, unless you're going to solo it. You're just giving her a +1 bonus.
Okay.
Well, I thought I should probably roll just to see if I do give her a +1 bonus.
You have a,
Not
you have a,
minus
you have
one.
a, you have a penalty in performance, right?
I do.
Because it's magnetism. So, Athelion, do you want to roll, or are you just going to give a +1?
I'll give her a
Positive
+1.
bonus? We're not so sure about
I'll give her the +1.
con.
Con gives me a +1.
Oh dear God!
Which
Performance,
drummer
little
cat.
drummer cat.
not sure if I will take it.
Purr, 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 purr. It's like Con goes off on a random drum solo that has nothing to do with the song.
So I will not be adding that +1 from Con.
So, Blue Star, you've never played the song at this tempo before.
Nevertheless, I will roll. Oh, 20! It doesn't
Wow,
matter.
somehow it works.
Right.
So you adjust to
Wow.
the odd tempo and perhaps even cover for it with Athelion's vocals.
So
42.
42.
All right. So this whole thing comes together in this like completely magical moment.
Oh, and
You're probably like halfway
Dancing
through going, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Purr, 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 purr. And you're he breaks off in a solo at one point.
Looks like Khan's even having fun doing it.
42. All right, so you all three gain +1 to renown.
No way.
Bam.
Enough tribes people saw it,
oh my gosh.
witnessed it. Jeez.
That's fantastic.
The glorious travelers.
+1 to renown. And
Guys,
in
we're
addition, you're
so
also given a few gifts each. If you want them, they're just like trinkets. But you're each given another piece of amber. It's greenish yellow stone. You can write it down if you want. It seems to be very whatever this gem or whatever it is. I mean, if it's amber, you probably in real life know what it is. But it's apparently pretty sacred to this clan. And somebody breaks out, they finally show a coffer of coins that apparently were stolen. They're Brythian coins. They're probably most likely stolen. And they actually offer, like, they give you 5 silver pieces each if you want them. Because apparently they're not using the coins. They just keep them here as a trophy.
I thought they'd like the silver because it was pretty and didn't want the gold, so we'd just take all the gold off their hands.
And one of the warriors walks up to Khan, and he just kind of like walks right up to you, like, And he like holds out what apparently is a pair of antlers with like a little skull cap attached to it. And he hands it to you. It's like, Karmak. Brandon Karmak.
Karmak?
No,
Karmak.
Brandon Karmak.
Brandon Karmak. Brandon Karmak.
No. He just backs away, kind of laughing, and kind of elbows the guy next to him, like you butchered whatever you said, but they thought it was hilarious. So it's a pair of antlers, you know, whatever it's worth. They look cool. I guess they're maybe some kind of sacred thing, or maybe like
put them on the pair.
Well, I can turn them into handles on my daggers if I wanted to.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I would ruin my daggers by doing it myself, but I could have somebody else do it.
And they're not quite bulk 1. They're like, you know, bulk half.
Right.
But other than the coins, and the renown, so they're all like just like completely. So you know how the song before left them all quiet. This time they're all like raucous and like dancing around, shouting, and one of them grabs the other drum and is like banging around with Khan, like trying to match his drum. So
I just vigorously are beating on this thing.
I like music now. Get famous.
Can I ask for them to give us a drum so I can give it to Khan?
Speaking of which, that's the other thing that you're given is a drum. They give you the drum, Madison, but you can give it to.
Yeah, we're giving it to Khan.
They felt like it was appropriate.
This is a band now.
So it's a boran. Let's see, I'll spell it. You've probably seen it. It's like in real life.
Yeah,
a Celtic drum. Yeah, boran. Yeah, but so I have one in here somewhere. I could show you later. But all right. And at this point, it's kind of late. Like it's probably it's later than you think. It's like a couple hours before midnight. And already the little ones of the tribe are kind of being put down. So they're already kind of leaving the tent, most of the people. Only Bronwyn remains, and one of the warriors who looks like it's probably her son. He's like in his mid-20s. She's like clearly like early 50s. And another warrior stays as well. And she finally says, "It is late, my friends. You have brought us much joy this night in our pathetic island village."
Oh, no, it's not pathetic at all. Your people are just splendid. I haven't had this much fun in a while.
We have not had much to smile about. Very rarely does an emerald harper come to these parts of the Greymoor.
Well, I'm glad our paths have crossed.
With such a fine troop.
You have more fish?
You wish more, Khan?
Little bit.
Yes.
Drumming hungry. Drumming make hungry.
She motions on one of the younger warriors, leaves the hut, and comes back about 2 minutes later with a wicker basket full of what appears to be more river salmon.
I just want little fish.
Yeah, they're
Little fish.
like small salmon.
Okay.
There's like a
I take
variety of
one.
salmon that in these waters that's like really small.
I take one and I poke it with my short sword and I hang it out over the fire in the middle of the
Okay.
to cook it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't gut it or anything.
Okay. That comes later when you're picking it from your teeth.
Pretty much. You know, I'd eat it raw, but I like it warm.
I do not know if the fair folk sleep. I have heard various tales, but I assume you need some rest.
It's
Maybe
more
take a lie.
meditative trance, I would say.
Well, I will not disturb you. But I, this old lady, must actually sleep. Good night.
Then we will there
Good
be.
night, Bronwyn.
And to you, may Briannon and Cormac bless your dreams.
Ah,
Thank
yes.
And with that, she draws steel and charges.
Yeah.
She goes.
But Khan's cat-like reflexes.
Khan, before she can get to me, Khan strips naked once more.
And her charge is broken.
Seduce.
And as predicted, you stay up the rest of the night playing drums naked with Bronwyn.
Oh my
There's the visual.
She did make the bundle weed stuff for me, correct?
The bundle weed. Oh, that's right. She was the last hour she was doing that. So
Okay.
let's see if she makes an herbalism roll. Yep. I mean,
She critically
seems all right.
fails and gives you nothing.
And you now have Black Lotus poisoning. She, I don't know what that is. So yeah, she's got it crushed up, and it comes in this little sachet, which like a little piece of burlap.
Uh-huh.
And she just says that you from all you have to do now is just kind of throw it onto the fire, sprinkle it onto the fire, almost burn it like an incense, basically.
Cool.
Just one batch, but if you want to use it, let me know.
I will save it for
It gives
later.
you the benefits of the death touch talent also for 1 hour.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, meaning you can sense undead around. Cool.
Cool.
And it's a little earlier than normal, but might be a good time to take a quick break.
Okay.
Okay, we breaking?
I feel like a bio break coming on. What you say, you?
A bio break.
Yes. In other words, I'll need to go to the loo.
They haven't slayed the serpent that they might have found while
That-
fishing.
That you know of.
Hopefully they were too distracted with the performance.
So is 5 good? Or do we need
Sure.
longer?
5's fine.
All right. Okay, audience,
5
we're going
it
to take a
is.
5-minute break, and we'll be back.
Thank you,
Be
Five.
back.
5. All right. We're all through to fate. We're all like, thank you, 5.
You're muted. We can't hear you.
Sorry. I'm like,
Without
what are
word-
they telling me? Oh, right, I'm
You
muted.
can't hear. Thought you were doing like this, the baseball signs for stealing, you know.
Instead, I was bloody muted for like 2 minutes. No one told me. Oh, wait, no, you did tell me actually. All right, so we're back, everyone. Excellent. So I think we were rolling initiative. If I were, wait, what?
What?
Khan was getting dressed.
In the morning.
Oh, okay, like I said, roll initiative. See if you can get dressed before Bronwyn does.
He was undressing to seduce Branwen.
No, to intimidate. That was an intimidation roll.
Same thing. Same thing in Chennai culture.
Yeah. That's our way of flirting.
You come with me. All right, so
The advantages
you're
of being-
keeping watches during the night?
Yes.
Thelian and Dorian are.
Okay.
Blue Star, she
No.
feels fine.
She's tired from playing.
Yeah.
Khan will wake up pre-dawn like usual and take the first watch or the last watch if need be, or get up during the last half of the last watch and finish off that watch
Okay.
pre-dawn.
You're a light sleeper, right?
Yeah, I'm light sleeper.
So you'll need 8 instead of 10 for Chennai.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you get up about 2 hours before dawn with that in mind. And
I will sneak outside the hut and stay around the hut, but kind of sneaking around.
Okay, make a stealth
Like keeping
roll.
watch by circling the hut. It's sneaky.
Stealth roll. You do have darkness as your old friend, so you can use stealth.
Not as good.
Darkness looms across the land.
Yes,
I must
and
still be creepy.
to terrorize y'all's neighborhood
Neighborhood.
of the thriller. 14. So you've done better work. You sneak
Yeah.
around. Most people don't really notice you until you suddenly see. Good thing y'all made a good impression last night. These people can be pretty quick to the trigger. Speaking of quick to the trigger, though, you sneak around, Khan, and you could see one of the warriors on guard outside the hut seems to notice you, and he's looking right that way, and he's got his spear ready to thrust.
Okay. I nod knowingly to him and kind of shift direction and go a different way since he was obviously guarding that side.
He stays on you though. He's got his spear, and he's trying to say something to you and Kimrethi. Could make a language roll if you want to try to figure out his intent. I mean, he looks kind of angry, whatever it is.
Language. Yeah, not so much.
Or perception. Or perception, empathy.
Wouldn't Blue Star be awake as well? Because they usually, I mean, if it's only 6
Yeah.
hours, so
So-
Blue Star, everyone else.
Yeah,
would be-
you would have come
Just
to a
mi-
couple
just
hours ago.
-1 on this perception roll for empathy.
Okay, it seems like he keeps saying, so yeah, Blue Star, you've been up a couple hours, but you're probably still in the hut.
Mhm.
And I think this is Thelian's watch too, so she's probably up. Unless she did the first one.
I can do the last one, yeah.
Okay, so then Sildorian is actually trancing right now. Anyway, it sounds like Khan, he's like asking you, where are you going? Where are you going? Why are you out here?
Mm. And so Khan motions his eyes, which obviously are white, and then just motions like he's looking around. So fingers, eyes, look around. Fingers, eyes, look around.
He calms down a little bit, like looking like looks like it dawns on him that maybe you noticed something that he hasn't
Oh,
off in the gloom, and he's just kind of looking.
every time I
And
look
he-
And then I
up,
put my finger to my lip,
it's in my
and then I start
bed.
walking
He gets
off.
quiet. Yeah. All right. He still kind of glowers at you as you walk off.
Does that incur us a new stealth roll?
Yeah. What's your intent here? Like, where are you going? Or...
I'm just moving around, kind of doing my own little cats exploring curiosity thing, but at the same time looking
Okay.
for danger and potential threat.
Okay. So yeah, give me another stealth roll if you
That's
would.
better.
If you would. Oh yeah. So the rest of your exploration, and you get to see more of the island. Nobody notices you at all. In fact, most people are still sleeping. But you do see the occasional warrior on watch outside the hut, kind of like that guy. You even see a woman kind of heading down to one of the wooden coracles, the little boats, kind of
Mhm.
early, maybe to go do some early fishing, or maybe to find a trap to maybe see if there's maybe they have fish traps or something. But none of these people notice you. But
Okay.
you only see about 8 more huts and maybe 6 more people that you didn't see last night.
Okay.
So it really does this looks really sparse. These people live very much apart from
And
probably
there's
the
no
greater
other
Druithi.
bridge or crossing. There's no other bridge or crossing off the island. It's only that wooden thing that they
Yeah,
stuck
that
out.
wooden bridge that takes 2 guys to pull out there, and then there's the boat. So it looks like that's about it. But you do, when you go to the other side of the island, you do see that it's again, it's only like a 10, 15 foot deep moat area, and then there's more muck and land in that direction. So it looks kind of almost the same in all directions. In other words,
Okay.
that's about it. Oh, another interesting thing you see on this side on the far side of the island that the hut's not on. During your nightly, your morning excursion, there is a tree growing. So it's there's a few scrabby little trees on the island, but there's this massive tree that kind of stands out because it's the only grand tree. It's probably a willow, looks like, and it has some weird carvings on it and stuff tied to it and bones and stuff hanging from it. So maybe it's sacred to them or something.
Okay. I steer clear of the tree and I make my way back to the hut just as dawn's
Okay.
coming up.
Oh,
I'll
and in
stay
front-
out till the actual light comes up.
I was gonna say next to the tree too, if it's important, is a big altar stone, and there's clearly blood stains and stuff on it.
Okay. I don't know that I'd see the blood stains this time of day.
No, you wouldn't see them, period, probably. But anyway, you could see the shape of a altar stone, probably.
I mean, I'd see, in a daylight, if it's a dark blood stain on a lighter stone, I'd notice that the contrast, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But this time of day, I wouldn't pick up anything. So I noticed there's weird things hanging from the tree and the silhouettiness, and that there's a big tree and that there's some sort of stone, maybe an offering stone. So I steer clear of it, and then I make my way back. Like I said, I'll play around, looking around, investigating until the light starts coming up.
Okay. All right. So you do that for about an hour as it starts getting the red
then I'll
sun
pop back
begins to
into it.
rise in the east as you come back in.
Con will pop in, and then I'll let everybody know about the tree and the altar stone. I see
Okay.
I see sacred tree with things hanging from and big stone for offering on island. It's around the corner. Only 8 more huts, very small.
It'd be worth checking out. As long as
I stay away from.
I think that, yes, their sacred space might be, they might take offense if we wander into their sacred space.
Ooh, that's right. All right, never mind.
Yeah.
Before.
Perhaps.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say before the fishermen awake, I was hoping that Blue Star would have a fish from last night and sneak away to be able to feed the serpent.
There's some
sure the serpent is okay.
there's some leftovers. So instead of striking everything from last night's sort of feast, they did leave some things out for you all.
Okay.
So there's a couple of small salmon that are kind of gotten cold But the fire still's going. There's like embers. There's like embers still in the fire pit.
Yeah, I'm assuming that we've all had food, including midnight already. But I want to check on the serpent.
Last night, yeah.
Make sure that it's doing okay.
The river, all right, the river serpent. All right. So you're gonna sneak out that way?
Huh?
Are you just gonna just walk out that way? You're at dawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think I should stealth because I don't think it's gonna go well. So, but
So you put on your cloak because it's a little cooled out still, and you head out. Yeah, they see you leave. They don't say anything. The few people that are up, and you can see the village is starting to wake up. What few people there are, and you get to the edge, kind of where you came in. They pulled that wooden bridge back on the island, by the way, during the night, and you don't immediately see the Avank anywhere.
Okay. Can I like summon?
The water's
him?
all quiet.
Can I summon him?
How are you going to do it?
I don't know.
How did you summon him before?
I'm going to take out my harp and softly play the Maiden and the Serpent.
Okay. So make a performance roll.
Okay.
Very soft you're playing. It's a very very beautiful song too, by the way. It's not very
20.
Okay, so you play for about 30 seconds and you can see like the surface of the stagnant water kind of moving a little bit. You see the shape moving to you, this V growing larger as it gets to you. And then you can see the surface being broke by this little furry snake head. Not little, it's actually fairly large. I mean, its head's about 2/3 the size of a horse's head, so it's kind of gliding toward, it's got 15 feet of serpent behind it too. Kind of glides right up to you, comes out of the water even.
Oh, no.
Kind of curls at your feet.
I pet it and I feed it some of the fish that I
See if anyone
have.
notices.
Yeah,
Okay.
if anyone notices, I'm just gonna have to explain. But
Nobody
I want
seems to notice.
Okay.
Except for Matt Sharkmouth.
Can I make sure it's not injured by any of the traps or anything in the water, or does it look okay?
It looks okay. I mean, you can make a healing arts roll if you want, but by visual, he looks fine, or she, or it.
Okay. Well, if it looks fine and if it doesn't seem like it's in pain, then I won't worry about it.
Okay, but it likes the fish. It did look a little hungry, so just sucks them all down like in one bite.
The pet, and I'll not that it's gonna understand me, but I'm gonna say we'll be heading out soon.
Just looks at you. This look like, are there more fish coming? There's more fish coming, right?
Like,
I don't understand what that look means, but I think you understand. Okay.
yeah, I'll have him go back in the water and continue to avoid.
Okay. When you stop playing, it makes it easier to shoo him off a little bit, and he kind of slithers back into the water.
Okay. I just want to make sure he's okay.
You come back up. There was one of the warriors slash hunters slash fishermen kind of watching you, but you're not quite sure if he saw what happened, but
Okay.
doesn't say anything. You're probably too spooked.
Cool.
Eventually, everybody starts to wake up, including Bronwyn, and they serve a little bit more food to you all. They're treating you a lot more like more friendly guests than when you first met you. So, and at some point, Sildorian finally comes out of his trance to eat.
Han has a little bit of breakfast.
Yep. It's more of the same from last night.
I think we go soon.
Yes.
We go soon.
I
Fine
agree.
stone.
They've been hospitable. We've been fortunate, but I must get to the stones. Talendor will not allow me to fail in this quest.
No fail. We both
Bronwyn,
go.
Madam Bronwyn, could you kindly have the bridge extended so we may leave your presence?
It is unfortunate that you are leaving so soon, but I understand you must find the giant's dance, these sacred stones, if that is truly where you go.
Yes, go stones.
We thank you for your hospitality. If we come back through this way, is there any needs your village has that we could potentially bring with us?
Yeah, indeed. Whatever wares you find from the outside worlds, we perhaps might be interested in. And certainly to hear another song,
Ah,
and perhaps the tale of these giants dance, these stones.
yes. Well, we are fortunate to have this wonderful whatchamacallit
Drummer.
here.
That's precisely how we refer to it as the whatchamacallit.
Emerald Archer, there's the word. I couldn't get the words out.
I couldn't have done it without my companions. I think that we would have a merry band. Maybe I can get Dorian to play the flute or the lute. I have both. We'll work
It's
on
a
it.
very magical moment. I will not forget it.
Well, thank you again. We'll be on our way.
May the gods guide you. I will have Reese and Bron guide you outside. Not that it is far.
Thank you.
So, two warriors, and one of them, her son, must be the one called Reese, and he's like leads you out to the little bridge that's already been drug out. It leads precisely to the way you came from. And you notice that one of the warriors kind of like looks, and he kind of pulls the spear into position. It looks like he might have caught a glimpse of something breaking the water about 10 yards out.
Oh, I'll touch his arm and like, just gently stroke and be like, "Oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it." I might have to take a persuasion.
Yeah, you do.
Right. I'm usually good at persuasion, so we'll see.
Yeah, that's kind of your thing.
But do one.
Yeah.
I'm good.
He smiles at you awkwardly and just kind of lowers, and it's like he just kind of nods and
Do we know which
smiles
way is north
awkwardly
from
at you.
here? Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Do
no,
we know
it's-
which way is north from here?
So Dorian says, I know.
Ah, excellent.
I mean, it's not entirely difficult, although we've been turned around a bit in Greymoor. I think I know a route from here. Perhaps they can tell us, if not.
Didn't Branwyn tell us there was a route
She-
that she knew of?
She just said north was all she knew.
Oh. Well, tally ho!
So they lead you. When you get to the bridge, they cross the bridge with you.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the brothers, they say something to each other, and they kind of touch each other's hearts, and that touch each other's foreheads, and then the one goes back across, but the other one stays with you, as if he might be traveling for a ways. And he speaks a bit of Brythian as well.
Are you escort?
Do you understand? Do you understand this language? I will lead you a ways if you wish.
Ah,
I know secret route my mother told me, and my father once knew.
That would be lovely.
You must tell no others.
We
of
won't.
course.
Aye.
You
Yeah,
have
it's
been
kinda
very
awkward.
hospitable towards us, so your secrets are our secrets.
We are savage folk compared to you. I hope we are able to hold up our end of the bargain.
I'm quite savage myself, don't worry. Wild she.
Of course. But follow me.
A rabid feral cat, more savage, both you.
I will summon the serpent to follow us. Because I'm pretty wasn't
Poor
it
guy.
wasn't it the sun that I persuaded it would be okay?
Yeah, this is the same
Yeah.
same guy. Mhm.
Yeah. I
Come here, serpent.
Reese.
Greece. So yeah, you start persuading. Eventually, you see the Avant start swimming, and at first he kind of he takes a little bit of alarm, but he seems to pretty quickly figure out that it's allied with you somehow. He looks kind of amazed. Avant, That's what we call an avank. It's a water serpent.
Yes, it's also the kind of serpent from one of the songs I sing, Maiden and the Serpent. Kind of funny how it works out that way, huh?
Are you the maiden from that song?
Perhaps I am.
Aye. By the gods.
Do I need to make a bluff persuasion?
If you want. I mean, sure.
I mean, oh,
Bluffing
wait.
specialty or deception.
Yeah, I have a bluffing specialty. 26.
He totally buys into it.
Cool. Wait, I'm wasting all my good rolls on this kind of stuff. We'll go into battle and I get ones or something.
Like 1, 2.
She starts
But he-
losing toes and fingers because she's cutting them off on her own. Oh, God.
He treats you even with more kind of respect and admiration now.
Cool.
But he doesn't say much. He speaks even less than Sildorian. He just kind of
doesn't speak
quietly begins to lead you. He seems to
doesn't-
understand a few words in She, like you say, and he kind of looks, but
Oh,
apparently
Does
his
he-
mother didn't teach him much She.
does he speak Garnic by any chance?
Gardic?
Garnic.
Let me see.
I know
I
Gardic.
don't think he does, but seems to just speak a bit of it actually.
Oh,
That's right. Similar accent, comrade, in Garnic actually.
Mm.
But yes, he does seem to speak a bit of it. He speaks a smattering of several languages apparently, but not really She. But he leads mostly on in silence. And Sildorian has kind of gotten the mud off his face and kind of back to his own self with his dark gray cloak and his chainmail and his long sword, his dagger, his crossbow, and he's got his horse with him. And you guys are making your way through the rest of Greymoor with Reese Ap. What would his name be? Reese Ap Bronwyn. Across, which means son of Bronwyn. All right, and you travel for quite a ways, about at least 20 or 30 feet.
It takes 3 hours to do that.
Yes, it's
During-
a very,
during the-
very mucky swamp.
during this
Can I
time,
roll for levitation?
What?
Can I roll for levitation?
Always. Always roll for levitation. There we go.
Oh,
during
Roll
this
for a
time-
revolution when you go around.
yeah.
during this
Revolution.
time, I am going to be trying to teach Dorian how to play the flute.
Okay.
Yes, I'm getting him involved in this band.
All right. He sort of goes along with it.
So
At one point, he says, I prefer a recorder. Do you know what a recorder is? It's a.
Oh, I don't think I have one of those.
Oh.
Do you play the
Tape?
lute?
VHS?
I know not what he speaks. Is he from the future?
Get back to the future.
Not to 88!
1.21 gigawatts.
But yes, he Sildorian warms up a little bit during the day, but he seems to apparently has played a recorder a time or two, but that's about the extent of it.
We will find you a reporter then, sir. I will make it my mission. Besides the one we're on right now.
Yes, make that your secondary mission.
A side quest.
Do you think we can trust this Reese?
Oh, of course.
It's just one of them, I suppose.
It
Do
was
I
actually very generous for him to accompany us.
do I sense any deception on him, or
Yeah, make a
Will-
perception, empathy, specialty if you want. If you want to do it.
And as we move away from town, Khan starts to drift away from the group and do his normal stealthy off to the side
Okay.
thing.
But you're not
Okay.
really leading, but if you're
No,
wait,
I'm gonna-
what Matt get 12?
I don't perceive much, I assume.
Yeah, Thalian, you think what you think. Yeah.
I don't
Yep.
sense much.
Blue Star probably wouldn't suspect him, so I wouldn't make that
Okay.
roll.
And that's for stealth, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're being
Sneaking.
very quiet. A lot of times people don't even see you, including he's like, what is that, Rigo? Oh, well, I'll just assume he's coming along. And also, Eric, make a survival roll since you're not necessarily following Reese specifically. There could be some missteps because it's
And
still
I'm going to
very
use my pathfinding skill because
mucky.
I have a survival pathfinding skill.
Yep.
Ooh.
Oh, you find a better route that you're being led on. No, not really. I mean, but a couple times you do find that you're like, oh, we could probably totally go that way and be safe. But the important thing is you don't run afoul of any quicksand or any drop-offs or any other obvious hazards. And that would be, I wish I could give you all a better description of Greymoor, but it mostly looks like, have you seen the dead marshes from Lord of the Rings? A lot of it looks kind of like that. It's very flat. So it's more moors than it is like swamp or marsh, because there's technically differences. But there's trees here and there, but a lot of them are black and rotted, kind of twisted, and it's a very it's kind of a dark place, but it's also kind of hauntingly beautiful in certain areas.
Do not attack the trees.
Do not attack the trees. Speaking of which, and y'all travel for about 4 or 5 hours. And as you come pretty close to midday, everybody roll perception, if you would. Perception.
Perceive wood? What?
Perceive wood specialty.
If it's not hearing, just take 1 off of my roll.
Okay, right. The usual. So this would involve hearing as well as sight and marsh terrain. So 16, 20. I've got to roll for 2 NPCs now. Great. And excellent. Who has it? Who didn't roll?
Excellent.
I rolled.
I don't see.
I'm at the bottom of all my other rolls. It says hearing perception.
Oh, you were the first one up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. 21.
21, 16, 20.
All right. Everyone notices. This makes it easy for a game master when everyone does. You can just do one description. You suddenly hear something moving off to your right, and it's actually closer to Khan than it is everyone else because he happens to be on the right side of the path, and something kind of moving through the muck, and then suddenly it starts getting louder, like something crashing through all the broken trees and through all the muck. And you look that way, and it looks to be a boar, but it's a massive boar, about the size of a horse. Massive tusk, about 8 or 9 inches long. And it just like charges towards you. And Reese is like, by Cormac, it's the son of Cormac.
The son of what?
Son of Cormac, a giant boar. They call him the sons of Cormac.
Can I immediately cast Beast Speak? Would that work in this
You
situation?
can after you roll initiative.
Okay.
So everyone roll initiative.
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 So far, no one's rolled.
I've rolled.
How come they're not coming up? There it is. I'm
I've
having like
rolled.
this big delay for some reason. Con gets a 19. Ithelian gets a 10. And Blue Star is not rolled, so that means 0.
15. It's underneath of my 20.
Oh, that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Blue Star gets a 20.
No,
15.
15. And Giant Boar gets a 57, which is incredible.
50. He gets to act 3 times before we.
And that's not with an exploding 20.
In a
Untrue.
minute.
That's some BS.
It's the secret 60-sided die.
Sildori gets a 13, and Reese gets a
Witherspoon.
He gets a Witherspoon. He gets an 11. Let's see, 2 should I use for him?
You're killing me, man. You're killing me.
You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. All right, there
I
it is.
can't help things just come out of my mouth.
Well,
I understand the things that are coming out of my mouth. All right. And he goes on at 11. He goes to 11.
Ball.
But they go
Gotcha.
to 11. And the boar is full of pork.
he's going at a 62.
Yes, he increased from 57.
Because it took so long. For every few minutes that it takes, he gets more faster.
+5 bonus.
All right. Oh, his picture didn't show up yet, did?
There it is.
There he is. Oop, there he is.
Oh, he's a wee little
Oop,
thing, isn't he?
It's not that little. He's supposed to be big.
He's a wee little thing. He only takes up like 8 squares. It's fantastic.
That's
It's only a
all.
wee thing.
He's the size of a horse.
I know. Don't belittle him.
That's the size of a large horse. What are you talking about, small horse?
It's impossible to belittle him. He's so large. Let's see. Okay, trying to find the stats. Just a moment. All right.
And everybody's here just calling him a bore, and we don't even know him yet. He might be really fun and entertaining.
I know, right?
Or it could just be a boar. Boar of a different color.
He's a bourgeoisie.
Flocks together. All right, cool. There it is. All right. And so he got a, what did we say, 62?
Yeah.
That's what we said, but what did he really get?
Really rolled a 19.
Oh, wow.
Cool. He tied someone. Come on.
Oh,
So-
no.
Con, is your what's your modifier for initiative? Your bonus?
My modifier for initiative is 7.
Okay. Yeah, you still go before it as the tiebreaker. So he is, I know it's not quite to scale. Actually, let me get rid of the huts and stuff. I'll put some marsh stuff out there, but there's not really any cover, so there's not too much reason to mark it. But you are, it's coming on pretty, I mean, it's only like 15 yards away when you react. It's
Well, I'm
coming
still
on
stealth,
strong.
right?
Yes. It's not necessarily headed towards you. It looks like it's probably headed to the others
Okay.
or towards midnight. And maybe that midnight has triggered its challenge.
And I was off to the right, so it was closer to me.
Yeah, you're like there-ish, yeah. And Sildoran's horse. So it's kind of coming. It's actually not quite that big, but massive thing. Big old scar across its face. It's probably been on this planet for 30, 40 years, 50 maybe. What does Khan do?
Khan's going to hold his action and take it after the beast moves.
Okay. So you just kind of get ready, and it goes on its turn. It continues charging forwards. You got a 25 on stealth, I believe, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you crouch, duck, and low in the muck. It just completely doesn't smell you, see you. Goes
Basically,
charging right at midnight.
when it goes parallel to me, I'm going to move forward stealthily with 2 knives drawn and intercept it with Secret Strike.
Okay, make another stealth check because you're having to move close to it. And it's half speed. If you're going full mobility, it's -5 to stealth. Uh-oh. 50.
No, I'm going half speed, and half speed for me is 8. So
All right, hold on here. 17, it might have detected you. It does have a smell specialty.
But
It's
he just
balls.
bathed.
I'll just bathe in the muck. So Khan, you start to move up. You move up like just a yard or two, and it like swings its big old tusked head around at you.
all right. Well, then I lunge forward and attack.
Okay. So as your second action, you continue moving and lunge forward. All right? Are you?
And I have ambidextry now, so I can attack with both my regular dagger or my mastercraft dagger and my exceptional elven dagger.
Sweet. Yep.
So I'm going to attack with 1.
All right.
There's the first one.
Do your worst. That
Not a
was
very
literally
good
your
attack.
worst.
Natural one.
So not bad enough to be a crit fail, but definitely a miss.
And then the second one is here with the -2.
Oh dear. So you actually managed to kind of nick it, but it doesn't get through its hide.
Okay.
So,
And I don't have any. Do I have any movement left?
I know this is a proper scale, so you're probably, let's see, it moved there. You were 10 yards away when you started.
I had 16. So I also have hit and run.
So you want to run by it?
So I'm gonna hit it and move past it 6.
Cool.
So if it was 10, I'm gonna go 6 away.
Do it cut off to the right or to the left? Or does it matter? Or bounce back?
I'm actually kind of gonna bounce back, tag in and bounce back.
So I get him back up. So as you backs away, it swipes at you, but it's -5 because you have hit and run.
Yep.
-5 to its reactive attack.
And I have a 21 defense.
And whew, good thing you have hit and run. It actually pretty close. The tusk missed you by a couple inches. All right.
It's a fearsome beastie.
And then it now looks kind of confused, like bovines can quite easily be occasionally. It's just like, it looks at Midnight, looks back at Khan, a little confused for a moment, but then it continues heading towards Midnight, apparently thinking him the bigger threat over Khan. And it swipes its tusks at, oh wait. Actually, Eric, you did something cool. You probably didn't mean to. If it's charging, it has a big old bonus to a charge attack, but you broke its charge.
Nice.
So now it can only do, it would add another +2 to its attack roll. With its tough. So it now just has to move up slowly and swing its tusk, its head at Midnight. Oh no. Oh.
What did you do?
It wasn't a natural 20, but it was pretty bad.
Oh.
Plus, let me make sure the bonus is correct. Let's see. His Midnight's defense is 13, I believe. That's what I should be blank.
I don't have it written down, so
I got it. It's 13. Yeah. His parry is 30.
30.
No.
He'll be a level 1
Obviously
bear.
doesn't parry. That's what it's dodge. So the tusk stab into Midnight for 11 points of damage.
Oof.
She froze again.
She's shocked.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
she's
froze.
back.
What did you say?
11 points of damage.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
You can spend a luck point to reduce it by 5, but
He
I don't know if you want to.
has health 28, right? So I think he'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Yeah,
yeah.
so he's down to 17.
Yeah, I will
So-
heal him later. I will not spend luck. Hopefully, I don't
Fairly
think-
nasty wound, but it could have been worse. You are correct. All right.
Oh,
Blue Star and Midnight get to go now.
Got Blue Star's turn.
see,
Yeah, Midnight.
yeah, I was gonna be friendly towards the boar because that's how Blue Star would do it. But now that it's attacked Midnight, this might be a little different. Can I make a lore, can I make a lore roll to see what I know about this creature?
Takes an action though.
Would I still be able to cast Beast Speak?
Yeah, is your second action. Yep.
I'll do that.
You have to touch it though. Yeah.
He's right next to me. I
yeah.
mean, I can. All right, 13.
Without him ripping your hand off. 13 on Lowell. So, I mean, you know about regular boars with that roll. You know that they're hard to kill. Like a boar can run up the spear haft of a hunter and like still attack the hunter. They're kind of known to like, they're hard to kill. They have hard heads. They're very territorial, but otherwise they're fairly docile. But as far as a giant version, you're not quite sure if any of that lore still exists for that, or if it's.
It wasn't Fey because I have a bonus in Fey. Not that that would make a difference, but
Yeah, no, it's no considered a gigantic animal.
okay. I will I will cast Bespeak. And
All right. So you're gonna have to try to move up to it and touch it, right?
yeah, I'm gonna smack it.
So since it's a combat, since it's a combat, you're gonna have to make a brawling roll to try to.
Oh
It's
no.
probably not gonna let you do it for free.
Oh no. Oh, this might go bad.
Do you want to do
Still-
it or not?
I'm gonna risk it, you know. It's a -2 for me, but let's see what happens.
You're like, stop it.
And,
Bad. That's a 2.
and
Right.
Blue Star's dead.
Yeah, so it takes my hand off.
Is that brawling or magical art? That was brawling, right?
Crawling.
Yeah, no, not a critical failure at least. So it didn't swipe at you, but it was like it tried to, and you had to pull away and can never quite make contact. But the
Can
good
it
news
tell
is that at least you never had a chance to cast the spell yet, because there was no reason to. You haven't touched it.
Oh, okay.
So so you can hold it till next round if you want. The beast.
That would be my second. That would be my second action, though, right?
That just was your second action. But since you didn't touch it, I was saying I assume you weren't going to cast the spell. Well, technically, you're doing it at the same time. So yeah, make a magical arts roll.
I didn't even know I missed.
Because you can still hold it and try to touch them next round.
Okay.
You just have to make contact with the creature that you're speaking.
26.
Ooh, so the spell easily works. And it's what? The twin stamina point per. So 1 stamina point so far.
Yep.
Or is it 2? I think it's 1. Maybe.
2.
Okay. So you're down 2 stamina so far. And Midnight, unless you order him, Midnight is kind of backing down a little bit from the. Well, actually, it's not because you're right next to him. He's not backing down, but he's not necessarily attacking either, unless you order him to.
Because he got really hurt, so I'm gonna have Midnight go behind me. I'm gonna take the next blow if he comes after him.
All right, he reluctantly gets behind you. He looks kind of ticked, but he's also not an idiot. And so Sildorian's next. And Sildorian is mounted. No, he was probably walking the horse.
Did Midnight attack? Did I miss that? He didn't.
No,
No,
I
she
didn't have Midnight.
ordered him back. Sildorian pulls his crossbow out frantically, loading an arrow into it as one action, and then he fires as a second one. Watch out, Blue Star, to your right. He still has to do a -1 though for you being there. So yeah, crit fail means it hit. Oh dear God, a natural 1.
Oh my God.
It is a crit failure, exactly.
Oh no.
Oh my.
I shouldn't have joked about it. Oh my gosh.
I did too.
Did Dorian just kill Blue Star?
Oh no, okay. You got its defense is 14. And that misses natural 1, and it misses by 9 instead of 10.
Oh.
So didn't get you. I thought its defense was 15. I rechecked, it's 14. So wow, that was close. So the bolt actually skims off of like a piece of your gear. That's how close it got to hitting your flesh, and then misses the beast. Skinned off your belt or pouch or something, or backpack.
Dorian, I didn't know you didn't like me that
I said
much.
to your right. And it was clear that he did the crappy shot. So he's frantically reloading because this thing is like just like loud as heck, massive. And Reese is next, and Reese is out of here. He's not an idiot. He takes off. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually making a morale roll for him. He was last thing he was saying was like, "Son of Cormac," and he this round he stares. He's got a spear cock like he's gonna throw it, but he doesn't. He kind of freezes up, like he's not sure he wants to attack it or something's going through his head.
He's a big, strong man.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of moves. Well, no, he doesn't move anywhere. So he spends both actions just kind of not sure like what to do. And now it's Ithelian's turn. Ithelion.
Well, I will knock. I will knock. I guess I'll do a double arrow. Do a double arrow shot.
Oh, where are you? Okay, so you're like 3 yards away. Nice. So
I have
you have
close
a,
quarters. I have close quarters archery, if that's considered close quarters. So
no, its reach is not that long. But you do
Okay.
have -1 on your roll unless you have careful aim because blue star's right there.
I do have careful aim.
So if you want to use it, yeah, it's only a stamina point.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh
So I'll
wait, you're
use.
using careful. You can't use careful aim and double arrow shot.
Oh, because they're both stamina.
Yeah.
All right. I will use careful aim and only shoot one.
Okay. Blue Star had a close enough call already, right?
Yeah.
Instead of,
Exactly.
like holding her neck, being like, "Please don't kill me."
All right. Here it comes. 1 second. I get to put it in the right place, and here we go.
But of course. Oh,
Mhm.
18 will hit. Will hit.
We'll
So you
hit
definitely
this.
drill. It's a large target, but it has a thick hide, so it has 2 points of armor. So it does 2 point armor piercing 1 though from a longbow. 3 points of damage.
Mhm.
So the arrow kind of sticks in and kind of falls out, but it did hurt it some, but not a whole lot. Let's see. Its health is that. Its health is not really that much more than Midnight's,
Mm.
honestly. Well, kind of. All right, so oh wait, it was 3 points of damage, wasn't it? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Second action for Hethelian.
I just move around to flank a little bit and get Blue Star out of my line of shot.
Okay,
Maybe there.
next to Con. All right. Okay, so 6 seconds later, top of the next round, Con.
All right. I am going to charge in, attack, and jump back out.
Hit and run again.
Pretty
Hit
much
and
how
run.
it's going to be.
The Highland way, hit and run.
So I come in to the flank. Do I get a +1 to
Yep.
outnumbering?
Well, no, because Blue Star's not trying to. She's not armed.
Or she's not engaged? Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, you still do because she's providing a minor distraction to it.
Okay. So
yeah.
just add 1 to my first dagger
So 29.
29.
Oh, stab.
with AP1.
That drills it in the underbelly. Arm piercing 1. So 26 to maximum damage is
Maximum damage is 11.
so you did 11. You did all 11. The whole blade goes in. Blood's pouring
Get
out.
stuck. You can't get it back.
And then second dagger goes in with a +1 outnumbering as well with a -2 total. So for a 16.
And that will not quite penetrate hide. So it just barely misses. All right. And then you dance away.
And then I dance away.
All right.
Zip.
It swoops
Why
at you
don't
again
you
with its massive head and misses. Again, fairly close though. All
That's
right.
crazy that it's getting close to
Kind of
21.
close, 18.
That's still close enough.
Yeah.
Dangerously close. All right. On its turn, it will try to swipe its tusk at Blue Star,
Might not survive it.
not knowing that she was just trying to be friendly to it,
This might-
or not caring. All right, Blue Star, what's your defense?
Oh my god.
11.
11.
You are drilled for 11 points of damage.
Well, I'm out. That's
It's
my
the
health.
tusk.
That's my health. I'm out.
You're at 0.
I'm at
Do you want to
zero.
spend a luck point to take 5 less? Do you have any luck?
Mm.
Do that.
Still be conscious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll spend a luck.
Seems like a good use.
Yeah.
So only 6 damage.
Okay.
Still
woohoo.
staggered at 5, but better than. But at least you're conscious. and not bleeding.
Oh my god.
So
Okay.
it swoops into you. And that's about, let's see, hold on. I think it's all it can
Midnight.
really do.
Let midnight attack.
Yeah.
I just am so afraid for the bear.
Well, you've got a lot less health points than he does.
Yeah. And it's your turn.
Okay. I'm not
You-
going to try beast speak again. I am going to combine song magic with slumber. I'm going to try to make it go to sleep.
Ooh, cool. So you get to add your skill levels and performance to your magical arts roll if you're using song, if you're singing the spell.
Yes.
Cost an extra stamina.
So wait, so would it be performance, like all my performance?
So your actual skill levels,
Okay.
not the total, but which means your actual training.
Okay, hold on.
So
I
I think you have 3, right? Or do you have 4?
Yes, I have 3. So.
So that's only 1, unfortunately. It rounds down.
Oh, dang
Still, it's 1 extra.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Eric is frozen.
I'm not frozen.
Yeah, he actually was frozen,
He
not
was
just his
meditating.
image.
25.
Blue Star breaks into song, singing the spell, and as potent magic flows forth from her. 25, nice. Probably going to work on it. Because its result, well, actually, it has a chance. And you suddenly see the massive creature fall asleep. Just right on the ground. And it will be asleep for a minute.
I will say.
Kill it!
Well, Dorian was getting ready to shoot, and he's like,
I am tapping out.
well done. Are you all right?
Khan
No.
will assassinate it, spending the stamina.
It's way fun. Wait, we need it alive. No, he doesn't say that. So you come up and, yeah, you have assassin as a talent.
I have an assassin, yeah.
Yeah, so Khan just comes up like one quick motion with his dagger, just like blood pours out from its neck into the ground. Lots of blood. This creature probably has about 20 pints of it. And it is no more.
Well, I will go over immediately to Blue Star and heal wounds.
Okay. Anybody helping? So Dorian and Reese are kind of keeping watch. They think there could be another one out there.
Luthor's probably crawling to the bear, trying.
Yeah, Midnight's like rubbing against you, all like concerned.
Yeah, she's
I-
more concerned about the bear than herself.
Like, like rubbing against
I
you.
come up and lay hands on Blue Star to heal wounds.
Okay, you doing magic? Your wound
Yeah.
spell? Okay.
Yep.
Ritual, or are you just casting it right off?
Given the nature, not knowing what's coming, I'll do casting it.
This
Instead
quick
of-
version?
Not a ritual.
Spontaneous
Yeah.
version? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So magical
that-
arts life roll.
Is that DL 15 still, or is it?
It's DL 10 for a single target.
Oh,
If you do the radial version, it's 15.
Okay,
You're
14.
right.
I got it. Phew.
So that's enough to heal 1 plus every 2 that's over, so 3 health.
Okay.
So it heals her 3. Nice. And Hithelian, it costs you 1 health yourself. And 2 stamina.
2 stamina. Okay, I'm adjusting those.
Blue Star, the slumber spell would have cost you 4. Right? Because 3 for Beguile and then another 1 for Song Magic.
Oh.
Thank you,
So-
Hethelia.
At least the blood flowing seems to have stopped.
Yes.
I think you will live, my lady. Well done, Athelian. And Khan.
Khan's field dressing the boar.
He kind of, Sildoran kind of glares at Reese for a moment, but doesn't say anything. And you're field dressing it. Survival. Path,
So that'll-
adding its pathfinding specialty to skinning, apparently.
No, it's -1, so 18.
18. All right. Anybody else do anything in the 20 minutes it'll probably take to scan and field dress this thing?
I'm gonna do healing heart arts from my healer's pouch on midnight.
Oh, cool.
Well,
Okay.
thank God it's not on the boar.
The boar
A
resuscitates.
little late for the boar.
Late for the ball.
Becomes a zombie boar.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So it takes 10 minutes later. Nothing happens.
Okay.
And
I
Blue
got
Star
21 on that
cleans
healing
up the
for,
wounds and stitches them.
for
21.
midnight.
So
It was 21.
yeah, so that's enough to heal to give after 10 minutes of working on midnight. It's enough to give him. So that's 6 over. So 3, 4. So 4 health points are restored. Nice. It's back to 21. All right. Are you capable of traveling on, Luna Seal?
I don't think I have an option.
It's always
Can
an
I do,
option.
in addition, since I did heal wounds, can I do long-term care on her as well so she heals faster?
Yep. You just have to like redo her bandages every hour or so.
Okay.
So it's nursing really is almost what it is. So yeah. So
All right.
that's another healing arts roll
Coming.
on Miss Blue Star.
Oops.
If it'll work. It's only DL10 for
A 14 again.
This always happens with Matt. There's the same pattern. But it does
Yeah.
succeed.
All right.
All right. So she'll be healing twice as fast.
Nice.
Okay.
Turn to Reese. That's his name.
Yeah.
And he seemed to have recognized or known something about the boar. And she'll ask,
I recognized it was a boar, but it was a little bigger than normal. What was it?
It's
Big
what's
boar.
aye. A giant boar. We call them sons of Cormac. Cormac is a great god. Often, if he comes to Earth, he takes the form of a boar, some people say, or a giant stag. That's why we call him sons of Cormac.
Do we
Are
insult
they-
people by killing it?
I'm sorry, what?
Do we insult your people by killing it, or
No,
since
no.
we worship
No.
another
It
god?
tried to kill us first.
Okay.
But it would be disrespectful to leave the body here. We should make use of it. The tusk and the meat, that's what we would do. If not, I will take some of it back to my people.
We'll take some of the meat.
I dress. You take some.
I thank you.
Probably take some as well.
That's well done.
Journey.
Your druid magic is powerful.
Is it a magical boar?
Perhaps. I mean, they're greater than the lesser ones. So perhaps there is some sort of magic in them.
Can I lay hands on the carcass and sense magic?
Yeah.
I take out, or Khan takes out one of the smaller upper tusks and puts it in a pouch because he's gonna put it on a string around his neck.
Okay.
I'm only one off my other 2 rolls, so.
Yeah, with your
13.
roll, Eric, you can get pretty much anything from that carcass that you want.
Okay.
With that survival roll. What, Matt, what'd you get?
13. Didn't roll a 9, I rolled an 8.
But you're touching it, right?
Yeah.
So no stamina and sleep DL10. You do not sense any magical auras on it. Probably not that big a surprise. However, you do notice something that Khan didn't notice, probably because he's blind. When he was cutting the carcass open, you can see that by happenstance that there is a gemstone inside of its innards that it must have swallowed when it probably mauled somebody.
Yeah, I
will
wouldn't have
point
been
out-
inspecting his innards. I would have just removed them as I cleaned. So
It's just kind of laying there and all the awful.
I will take it and rinse it off and see what, and look at it, investigate it, see what I've got.
Okay. Yeah, you rinse it off, look at it. It's pretty small, but it's kind of bluish green. It's really pretty little bauble. Looks like it came out of a piece of jewelry maybe because there's like a flat side to it. like it was in set and something. You can make a crafting roll if you want to know how valuable it is, or even magical arts if you think it might be enchanted.
Yeah, I'll do magical art. See if I get the same roll again.
Khan removes a
wanna s-
larger lower tusk and gives it to Reese.
15.
I thank you. Sorry, I'll take it. Thank you. So meanwhile, Thel, you kind of hold this little gem focusing, and you actually do pick up on a very faint magical aura on the stone.
Yeah.
And you can tell the type of magic too with a 15. I mean, the discipline of magic. So it would be, what would that be? Life, actually.
Yeah, and that's my specialty.
Very, very faint life magic.
All right, making notes. All right.
Perhaps you
Cool.
can use it for your casting.
I'll show it to Blue. Blue. I almost said Blue Stone. It's a Blue Stone. I'll show it to Blue Star and see if she. Do you recognize this stone? I'm sensing some life magic from it.
Do I recognize it? Let's see.
Would it be magical arts roll?
It depends on what you're doing. Like, if you're trying to set some magic on it, that would be that. If you're trying to see how well it's made or what kind of stone, it would be crafting, or even lore. So really, you got several options there.
Why, yes, it's my stone. I lost it last week.
And it does look like a jewel that was on Khan's backpack. So.
Yes.
I don't know. What would be more useful? A lore roll? Or
That might
Depends on
find
what
its
kind
hit.
of information you're looking for.
Yeah.
that then?
You could probably try Lord, see if it's a known type of magical stone.
14.
Is that
Probably
lore?
the-
Yeah,
lore.
you're not quite. Yeah, you don't know what this is precisely.
Could I sense the magic with my magical roll? See what?
Yeah, you could do what Athelion did. She just kind of focused on it. So you get to roll your highest in this case. Magical arts discipline. All you need is a 10 or better. If
23.
you get a 25
Oh.
or better, you know more. Oh, almost.
Almost.
25 tells you almost exactly what the thing does.
Mm.
So you like Athelion said, you yourself also sense it's very faint. You have to really focus to sense the magical emanation coming from it, and it's definitely life magic.
Perhaps you could put it in some sort of jewelry and wear it. Might give you a benefit in your life casting.
Yes, and I will take it with us. Maybe someone can give us further insight later.
It's a beautiful bauble, whatever it is, says Sildorian, noticing.
Yes.
I still have a weird curse stone, don't I? I've forgotten all the things that I've picked up in this campaign, honestly.
Is it this character?
Yeah.
I guess it
She
is.
picked up this weird cursed thing from a tree that had a skull on it.
Oh yeah, that's
that,
right.
yeah.
That and also a medallion.
Yeah,
So it's I don't even remember.
that's right.
That's right. I
You
have
do
a,
have a couple of magical trinkets.
Yeah, I didn't write them down though.
I forgot I have a hell metal dagger too in my.
Really?
Yeah.
From the Azrakoth stuff, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's where that came from.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. It's a special steel that's apparently solely forged in the Netherworld.
Yeah.
But legend has it you can get tainted if you carry too much of those type of weapons around.
Yeah, exactly. I won't combine it with Blue Star's weapon.
So Madison, I'll go ahead and tell you because for record keeping sake.
Okay.
So the skull and the tree and all that, I wouldn't worry about that. That was actually, I think, if I recall, you critically something happened where you thought it was something and it wasn't.
Okay.
So that was actually just, yeah, that was actually nothing.
Okay. I do know I collected some sort of medallion from the undead. So.
Oh, the ghouls. Oh
Yeah.
wait. I don't think it was enchanted though, was it?
No, I don't think it was.
Oh,
I
is it?
didn't
Yeah,
roll
was it?
high on it though, so I don't really know what it
Sure.
is.
So it may be, but as far as you know, it's not magical, but it was like a necklace.
Yeah, I wrapped it in cloth, so I didn't like have it touching anything physically,
Yeah.
like against my skin. So
You can tell it's a feminine style, so maybe the ghoul was actually sadly, probably a woman in its real life.
cute.
So,
Alrighty.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
All right.
okay.
Jewelry on
After
a
we dressing the meat, we carry on.
Yeah. How much do y'all want to take of it? If you take all the meat, all the meat is equivalent to bulk 5. So you could spread it out. It's a lot
Yeah,
of.
no, I'm not going to take.
a
I'm
lot
going
of
to take
pork.
basically some rations for me and hand off some rations for everybody else. But I'm not. I won't be able to dress the rest of the boar and take it with us.
This,
Like,
yeah, I was going to
Greece?
say, Sildorian has a horse, so maybe he could carry some.
Yeah,
Yeah, he'll
but a
put some in the
boar that
saddlebags.
size is like 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
So, just the meat alone is going to be at least 500 pounds worth of meat.
Yeah. Bulk 5 is about 400 or 500 pounds.
Yeah. I
Well,
mean,
then we
that's-
can leave the rest. So we can tell Reese that he can bring his tribe back to harvest the rest when.
yeah. To
Yeah.
collect.
He goes along with that because you're actually only 4 or 5 hours out, which is not really that far.
Yeah.
So you figure about in this terrain, it's only about 20 miles. All right, thank you. I'll keep it here. We'll send someone back and we'll salt it and take care of it.
Blue Star. You want tusk?
Tusk?
You want tusk? You want the tooth?
Oh,
Nothing but the tooth.
Oh, nothing but the tooth.
So help you
I
God.
don't necessarily need it. Wouldn't you
Okay.
like it?
I have tooth. I collect one for me. I give one Reese. And you got hurt. I figure you want one too.
He's got it around his neck. Oh no.
Well, if everyone is wearing one, I'll wear one as well.
Talisman.
You want big one, little one.
If you believe in that sort of thing.
So the big tusk is probably what, about 9-10 inches long,
Yeah. Between 9
and the
and 10.
little tooth is about 3.5 to 4.
It's still 4 or 5 probably.
Yeah.
The
You want
size
big
is-
one, little one.
I'll take the big one.
Okay.
One has
So
a bit of Blue Star's blood on it probably.
Yeah, I remove one of the large tusks and I hand it to her. There you go.
Thank you. We'll have all matching necklaces. They'll be
Well, that's a big necklace.
She puts it on, her neck snaps.
God, is she that frail?
-2.
No, you're not -4.
You might get there.
It probably is fairly large, but you're a wild she. It probably looks normal.
Yeah, it would.
Tribal stuff. Yeah.
Tribal stuff.
All right, so I'll move on. Reese did say he would. In fact, he even goes ahead and says, I probably won't be with you much longer anyway, towards the end of the day.
It's good. We find the rest of way.
I noticed, Chinari, you are a good pathfinder yourself. You perhaps do not even need me about.
I do okay. I try lead us further.
Well, if something happens to me, God forbid, you keep finding way. If you go northwest for the most part, you come to it. You come to river, cross a river, and to come into Brythia.
Okay, we cross river.
And then from there, I think you go a bit further to the stones.
Oof, not as good for my pathfinding that time, but
Yep. You find a path to certain death this time.
I thought you're. Oh, wow, you only had a +3 modifier. I thought you had more.
yeah, no, not for pathfinding.
Perhaps Reese,
So-
you could accompany us a little further.
I go a bit further. I go mostly towards the end of the day, or a certain landmark I'm looking for.
Gotcha.
And he keeps with you as Khan wanders off occasionally.
Yep.
There's a few areas he thinks it's a better place, and he has to kind of come back because the water gets kind of too deep or mucky. And
And I go back into my stealthy continuance.
Okay. Reese does a good job of mostly
Positive.
keeping you on dry ground. The problem is now they occasionally keep losing the Avant.
Mm.
It's able to crawl on land though, and you can tell that it's able to hold its breath for a while on land too. So that's the good news.
Can I, if there's a problem, I have conjure water. Could I conjure water to like help it breathe?
Sure. I mean, you'd have to get it, it's probably more than you can conjure. Well, you can conjure a gallon every time for every casting though.
That's what I'm thinking. If
So
needs
far,
be.
you're probably okay. You may eventually have to do it
Okay. I'll worry about it when I need to then.
because it's almost like Reese is trying to keep you on drier, solid ground, and the Avant is wanting you to stay in like the softer, wet
Yeah.
areas. So they're kind of working against each other almost.
Yeah.
But so far, you're okay without the use of the spells.
Gonna
And
need
then-
a big sack at one point, like haul it around.
Yeah, this big harness, Avant harness that you can make.
Like a baby strap. It's like, come on.
Big tub.
A big old beer cask that's
Yeah.
like they have in the
Yeah,
German
big
German beer
barrel.
houses. They're gigantic.
Yeah. Can have Udonga carry it.
Yeah, we meet up with Udonga.
He
Udonga
just
carry.
appears out of nowhere.
Udonga
Hey,
carry
where you
water
at?
snake. Udonga, yeah, just
They
teleport.
swing it
something.
like rope.
Udonga need new belt.
Udonga wear his belt. So by the end of you travel the next 6 or 7 hours, and it starts to get dark. And at that point, let's see. Oh, right at nightfall, you come to the banks of a river, probably the river that Reese was talking about several hours back.
Hmm.
And and the Avant loves it because he just slithers right into the river. But you can see the river snaking through the marshes. On the other side of the river, it looks a little bit marshy, but you could tell visually, especially with your she sight, because you guys see twice as far as humans. You can see, even though it's getting dark, well, you have star sight, you could see that the wetlands end pretty quickly. Like they only bleed a few hundred yards off into the other shore, and then it gets to be just kind of more just flat, drier plains. And Reese says, that's Brythia across the river there. At least that's always has been that way.
Hmm. Should we forge across tonight or wait till morning?
If I were you, I would wait till the morning.
Hmm. Let's look around for a good place to set up camp then.
Okay. If anybody wants to help him, it's survival, but otherwise it'll be him looking for
Yeah, I'll help.
survival check.
Minus
Actually,
one.
He gives you a +1.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'll help as well.
Oh, -1. Okay. So you both can roll and take the highest.
I hope yours is higher than mine.
Hopefully Blue Star is like, oh, look at this tent over here.
Well, mine's 19.
Oh, I
Look.
didn't see.
Oh, I just saw Athelion 7.
Yeah, mine's 19 because it's minus
Yeah.
one for that it's not pathfinding, but +1 because the guy gives it.
Right.
Well, let's go with
All right.
Hans.
So far, y'all see nothing but muck, muck, muck.
Well, Khan has a 19.
Oh, somehow I lost it. Oh, it's up there.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay. With Reese's help is oh no, you already added that.
Yeah.
So you and Reese find the better place, which I guess makes sense.
Digging in a wet hole.
So oddly enough, right next to the riverbank is a slightly raised area, or a raised knoll, probably the highest ground in this whole area. It's probably 10 feet above sea level. And it's kind of dry up there. And there's some trees growing up there, also giving you some cover
Mm.
right
Nice.
on the riverbank. So
Like
you can kind of look over the river. You can kind of look over the whole area pretty well up there.
I build summer home here.
Set up shop. Yes, summer home.
I become Dread Pirate Robert. Build a summer home.
Dread Pirate Roberts.
Yeah, he goes, I don't know if I want to build a summer home, but it's actually trees are quite lovely.
Yes.
right? Doesn't he talk about?
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
Yeah. So watches during the night, I would imagine. Reese apparently is going to stay the whole night through.
Before heading back. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do dawn or pre-dawn.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. Athenian and then
Done with con still.
Dawn with Con.
Done with
Sildorian.
con.
Sildorian will overlap kind of the end of the Athelian and then take the middle watch, I guess. And Reese is like, I'm sleeping a whole freaking night.
I guided
No,
you.
he'll-
I brought you here.
I did my work.
Yeah, you stood there while I killed the boar. That's what you did.
Yeah, I stood there frozen in terror. He didn't tell you why, but he's embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
So during the night, you know, if you think about it, like realistically, if we were like adventurers and a boar the size of a horse came bursting out,
Yeah.
we'd probably do at least the same.
Yeah. At least.
Actually, Khan's probably seen stuff like that in his gladiatorial days.
Yeah, you were probably the least shocked,
Yeah.
except for it came flying out of the marsh instead of a doorway in a stadium.
Yeah.
Let's see, 14. Oh, wow. All right. So who's on the, let's see. So there's 3 watches, it sounds like, total, because 7 of them are doubled up.
Three watch.
3
Three.
watch.
3.
So who's on the first watch? Oh, Matthew is teleported. Matt's teleported, leaving a fine green glen behind him.
Yes. Well, no, he's just turned into a tree.
So when he comes back, I'll tell him. Who is with him? Blue Star? No, Sildorian.
Yeah, Sir Dorian and
Dorian is
Thalion are
overlapping.
usually- Yeah.
Sildorian
Dorian
was,
and Thalion usually take the first watch, and then Blue Star and Con do the second watch typically.
okay. There he is.
Sorry, I had a quick bio break.
Oh, cool. So sneaked it in. So on your watch, Athelian, who's Athelian watching with, or is it just Athelian? I know you just told me. I literally forgot.
I think it was me, and then Sildorian was taking over at the end of my watch.
Yeah, that's right. He's overlapping a bit with Reese. So, Athelian, on your watch, towards the end of your watch, Sildorian's been awake for, well, still awake for like 30, 45 minutes. And make a perception roll. If you would.
I would, and it's coming. Oh, dang it! It almost went to the 17.
Oh dear God.
God, I hear nothing.
7. This is one you do want to
Do I have
perceive.
one? Let me see if I've got some luck. I've got 1 luck point.
Well, you do have Sildorian, but before
Oh.
I won't tell you what I rolled for him. So, do you want to do luck or not?
No, I'm going to trust Sildorian's ears.
All right. So towards the end of your watch, he's been up for about 30, 45 minutes with you. Very quiet. Doesn't say a whole lot, of course, because you know the fact is you're trying to keep awake and aware. But then suddenly he's kind of stops and he's like, Athelian, did you hear that?
No.
Let's see.
What did you hear?
He's kind of
From
standing
where?
in the woods. I thought I heard some movement down this side of the river, I think. West, upriver. And so right as he says that, you now can see it too, Athelian, because not far away, coming up that hill, you know, you camped on a little hill, little promontory. You can see clambering up the hill appears to be, let's see.
Another wild boar.
A giant boar comes flying up the path.
It's his brother.
Dear
This one has
God.
wings. It's
Is there
flying.
really that many of them? This might be quite deadly.
Oh,
Oh
no.
dear.
Oh no.
You see several humanoids scampering up the side of the hill towards you. You see them right at the bottom. So in other words, they are about 8 yards away.
Ooh.
And when you finally spot them / hear them, it looks like there
Rouse
are
everyone.
4 of them. They're not particularly tall. They're about 5 to 5.5 feet tall, a little taller than goblins and a little more lithe than goblins. But they have these remarkable, these long nails, about 4 or 5 inches long, and these sharpened teeth.
Thank
They have
you.
red
That's-
caps of
Yes.
dark red color, almost like the color of
Oh
blood.
no!
And they're slightly
what?
pointed ears.
Yes, red caps are the most fun thing to play with. They're
Yeah.
just cute and cuddly. You just want to snuggle them all.
Encounters with these have never gone particularly well for me.
No, it's- red caps usually end up with somebody dying.
And you said how many of them were there? 8?
4.
Oh, whew. I thought you said 8.
No, 8 yards away. 8 yards away.
Oh, 8.
Yeah.
4 is gonna be.
Yeah, if there were 2
Well,
red
right
caps,
now.
it would have been a. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave.
I'm just
I'll
gonna
immediately
say
I'll
half.
immediately rouse the crowd. I'll be like, guys, wake up
All right.
quickly! At arms! At arms!
Khan is insta up.
Sildorian does as well. Yeah, you're a light sleeper. You're up instantly. And you're starting to stir Blue Star like, what am I dreaming? What? I mean, I was trancing. I'm technically in the dream world. And so everybody roll initiative. Roll initiative. So, excuse me. Blue Star gets a 7.
A whole lot of 7s.
There's a whole lot of 7s.
Khan get a 7 and a 7 and a 14.
I got a 14.
Oh,
Oh dear.
Ouch.
Luck or
Oh.
not, is it worth it?
I can't hear it, and I'm not going to react well.
Oh, ouch.
Do you want to luck it or not, Matt? Or you keep it? You only have like
Nah.
1 luck there, right?
I only have 1 luck, and I might need it in this battle.
Yeah. All right. Let's say Sildorian gets a 21.
Oh, good for him.
So, no, it's not. I don't want to deal with them. Oh wait, for running, yes, you're right. And then
You can't run again.
Reese gets a 15. At least the NPCs are doing all right with initiative.
Pull the slack on our part.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Blue
And
Star and I will bring up the tail.
There's 2 Sildorians. That's
the
good.
good news is, remember, you guys have an ace in the hole. The Avank is still nearby. It's in the river.
Oh, yes.
So if
I would
Blue
have to
Star
do
can maybe get it to
Yeah,
listen to her.
yeah. I would have
So-
to pass the animal handling roll.
So by the way, to explain the map here, so the blue, that's the river's edge,
Ah,
and the Avank would actually be pretty much where I kind of left the token. So, but in this case,
Mhm.
that's actually accurate.
okay.
And the promontory, the little hillock that you're on, is more like, I'll just use a brown thing instead of finding a graphic. So it's like, all right, so this is like the hilltop basically.
Ah,
So, and it's coming up this sort of lee side slope up here, or they, I said it. So, right, if that makes any sense. Okay,
does.
and let's see if I've got little miniatures. Yeah, these guys are creepy looking.
And they've got a red hat.
This is my favorite tokens ever. Okay, maybe not ever.
Like 4 red caps to make your night go well.
They're a little further than that, but I'm just sticking them there for now. 'Cause,
Stick 'em.
I don't think that's 8 yards. Right, to scale. Okay, so all right. So you call to arms, everybody starts to wake up, and then we go immediately into initiative. I think Sildorian.
Did you
is
roll
also-
for them? What did they
no,
got?
I have not. I'm
Okay.
keeping it a secret.
Sildorians
you are.
twice on
Now
the
we-
turn.
We do need to know because Matt has a potential crit failure there. Hang in there. Sildorian's twice on there.
Yeah, he's got a 13 and a 21.
Okay. I'll get rid of the 13 one because he's on the 21. All right. Unfortunately, Hethelian, that is a critical failure because they got a 14.
Oof.
You had a natural 1, failed by 10 or more.
Oh, I didn't think that. Oh, I didn't even. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't think crit failures could happen on initiative, but of course
Yeah.
they can.
They can. That means you only have 1 action in the opening round.
Okay.
Well, that'll
No.
probably be okay because you don't want to run up to them. You just want to shoot them and stay there.
Yeah.
And you're already awake, so you don't need an action to wake
Yeah.
up. That's cool.
Okay.
So it's actually not that bad.
All right. Could be worse. Yeah, I still might need my
Be
luck
worse?
point for something.
Could be raining.
Wait a minute.
Oh, never mind.
Here comes the downpour.
It
Where's
could be
the other-
worse. We could be up against red caps. Oh, wait.
Oh shit. So so the first to react to all this shouting is Sildor. Well, he's already awake, makes sense. And he's like looking, he's gonna spend a action to figure out what these are. Probably knows. Red caps, dark fae. They'll try to dip their caps in your blood. And their claws can cut through anything. How's that for your song making? And he will, let's see, that was 1 action. Oh man. Cross takes the action to load a crossbow. And
Wait, what did he say about the song magic?
no, the last part I was just being silly.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, does it work?
Was that a directive?
They
Was
like
he giving
music.
you?
He draws his longsword and his dagger. He has his chainmail still on because he steps in front of that almost bravely, kind of like just like bring it on, and not going to his crossbow this time. He's probably going to pay for that, but we'll see. Next is Reese. And Reese is be like, what the hell, a giant boar, now I'm out of here. This is the worst decision ever.
Don't you dare run, Reese.
That's what I get for giving a secret passage to the swamp. So Reese, nope, he's like, but his eyes get bright,
Bulgy.
like, bulging, as Sildoran says what they are, because apparently he's heard of them. But nonetheless, he's got a spear. He's also got a short bow. He knocks an arrow and looses an arrow at one of them. Wait, 1 action. He's not a light sleeper. Yeah, you can do all that. And the arrow will sail over the red caps of their heads.
Reese.
Khan's
Good on
turn.
So how many yards away are they from me?
Specifically, you would be like, I don't know, 9 yards, 8, 10 yards, probably 9.
Okay. So I'm going to move 9 up and bounce 7 back after I strike the first one.
Okay. Yeah, you roll up to your feet, go charging with your daggers.
Yeah, both daggers are out. And I go and attack the first one.
Oh dear, we have someone to play with, don't we? Oh, it's quite fast, isn't it? Oh, it's really fast. I just had my throat opened up.
Stabby master dagger.
25.
Is that a knife in my eye?
Oh dear. Perhaps I should not have cackled over much and paid attention to defending myself. So, 14. Okay, so 19. All right, so your dagger stabs it into it pretty decently, Khan, but you notice that it did not do as much as it should have.
Okay.
Something about their flesh resisted your steels to some degree.
Even with the AP1.
Yep, I mean, you heard it, but it should have been
Yeah.
more.
Okay. Well, I lash at it with my second dagger.
You probably out of game know why, or maybe not.
Oh,
So,
Elven exceptional there.
all right. Oh, dear God. Same target, obviously, that one up front.
Yeah, same target. Zap, zap.
Sticky stick.
stabbed also. I mean, stabbed
25.
again. And still not quite staggered because, again, that blow was not quite as nasty as it probably should have been.
And then I tumble back 7 yards.
All right. Let's see. They might have opportunistic attack, negating your hit and run. Well, actually, it would be -2. Nope. He slashes at you as you dance back. Probably will miss, but you never know. Nope. Misses. All right. Nice. And now it's their turn. Oh, dear God.
Oh, dear God. Wait for it.
So they start climbing in. You can even hear them speaking. They seem to be speaking in Shi.
Oh,
All these blasphemies, but one strong thing you hear is like,
Oh, good. It's a dark she shadow knight. He's all mine.
he goes like, that's the wounded one. And the other one's like,
You've been wounded. I'll deal with him.
they move up. And this one goes at Khan. And this one runs at Uris. So you can tell they attack, they not only bite, but they claw. Oh, wait, that's not right. Oh, sorry. As they move forward, they actually draw weapons. They actually do have actual weapons as well as their claws. So they tend to claw with one hand with their long black nails, and they tend to strike with apparently mostly like short swords and daggers that they use. Actually, one has a long sword. And
Oh, dear.
that's the bold one that that Khan injured.
Pokeyed.
Ooh, Sildurin takes a
you
slash.
call him Pokemon.
Oh.
Stabby, stabby.
You notice their claws are like really sharp. Sildarian just got struck by a claw and it just ripped through his chainmail like it was like a shirt, like a
Oof.
cotton shirt or something.
Yeah.
And it didn't get him too bad, but still sort of bad.
Yeah, it's not fun when you're up against something that has armor negating weaponry.
Oh, shoot. The other one just clawed him with a natural 20.
Oh,
Fortunately, the reroll was only a 1.
oh.
Dorian goes down in a heap of
Oh,
gooey mess.
God. All right, so the maximum damage of the claw is only 10, but the armor piercing is 2. So he is ripped into and screams almost like a child and is barely standing.
Oh my gosh, guys.
But then it follows up with a short sword attack. And fortunately, barely manages to parry that away. All right, and then the one on Khan goes slashing into you. Its claw slashes at Khan and misses thanks to his quickness. Then it slashes a short sword at Khan and also misses.
Oof.
Sweet. And the one on Reese will... Reese gets clawed.
I was going to say, Reese, come on. You missed with the arrow. At least parry their attack.
And then a short sword gets him. Yeah.
Oof.
It's not... Well, oh, no, he staggered, exactly.
Oh, my gosh.
Is there an option to retreat?
It's always that. Blue Star's turn.
What am I supposed to do with that? Okay,
Use
well, I definitely will need to use the serpent. I will make an animal handling roll to try to get the serpent to, I don't know. Can it grab one of them? Can it does it have teeth to snatch one and then drag it into the river?
You think
and
so?
drown
You
it?
think remember it tried to attack Khan, but
Okay, I'm going.
look like it tries to swallow and tries to pull creatures into the water and tries to drown them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have him try to drown one of them.
I mean, you probably can't tell exactly what to do. You could probably just coax it into attacking and then leave it up to it how it actually does it.
Okay,
Yeah.
18.
Okay, that's enough.
Okay.
So you shout something, you do something to like do, and you see it like it comes like slithering out of the water like this serpentine hero, maybe, and goes gliding up to this one. And actually, it's going pretty stealthily. So let's see if it surprises. So Khan and Blue Star both see this like furred, wet serpent slithering right up to this Redcap, who's cackling at Khan, and the Redcap doesn't even notice. And
Get him.
it
Get him.
would do. Yep, it bites at the one on Con. Grabs, bites its leg. You see the Redcap like looking around, like what in the heck was that? And let's see, the Avant can now. Yeah, the Redcap's a little too wiry, strong to be pulled into the water by the Avant, but the Avant did bite it for 3 points of damage. And it looks like it should have been, the bite should have been worse, but for some reason their skin seems like really thick or hard or something.
Gee, I wish I had a cold iron dagger.
No.
Yep. Sildorian will actually even call that out. If you have cold iron, use it. I should know
Two
about
cold
that.
iron.
We're all Fae.
I know. I've got 2 cold iron.
Yeah.
I'll be using them.
And you guys are she, so when you guys touch cold iron too, it doesn't feel very good. It doesn't hurt you, but it just stings. And you will take extra damage if you're hit by cold iron.
For my second action, I'm gonna try to cast Quagmire on the 2 that are on Dorian.
Ooh, I like these two.
Yeah.
So you just want to do the lesser, the 2x2 version?
Yeah. Because
Okay.
I can't do the bigger one. It wouldn't, not without getting Dorian in it. That would be
All
not
right. Make your magical arts earth roll.
Ah, gosh.
No,
Alright. Doesn't do crap.
the
can
spell
luck
does
it
not
if you got luck.
manifest correctly unless you want to.
I know, but I kind of want to save my luck if I can. Because I already used one already. Like I feel like I'm going to need it in case it goes really bad.
It's
So you
already
still-
looking.
I mean,
You still
do you
burnt the
guys-
stamina for the spell.
I could. Do you guys suggest I do that?
Well, it's up to you. And
Yeah.
you're already half dead, and you only get 3 lucks per game.
Okay.
Per session, yeah.
Yeah.
You've used one. But she's all saying you don't get them back either. It's an expendable resource. I mean, it's other
Yeah.
than advancement.
Yeah. I think I'm going to hold back for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you still ate the stamina, Blue Star.
Yep. And I am now fatigued as well. I
You're
think
at 7? Yeah. Is that half stamina?
Yeah.
Almost?
that's happening.
Oh no, you're staggered and fatigued. But the
Yeah.
effects don't stack at least, so still might just -2. I'll go ahead and take long-term care off because Nathalion will have to redo those bandages in the very least.
Did I heal any more from that long term?
Oh yeah, let's see. When did you get it done?
It
We
would,
traveled
Almost.
another 6 hours, you said, right after I did that.
Also,
to
the
her.
boar was an hour before noon. Right now, it's
she was sleeping.
I
as
was-
well.
this is
I
about
just-
exactly 12 hours. So yeah, yep. So you would have healed 1 plus your vigor and health points. It's
Okay,
almost
so-
exactly been 12 hours.
So 2 points.
Your vigor 2?
Yes.
Yeah, so 3 points.
Heal 3,
I'm back at full health now.
even after the wound. Okay,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
really low health. So
nice. So you're at 14, or no, 11?
11.
Yeah, that's right.
Would I have gained any stamina back from sleeping?
Um,
Being
Yeah,
in this
I don't think we.
So
It
you
was
would've
the first
trans-
watch.
train?
yeah, you would have
okay.
tranced early, so you would have gotten 2 stamina back.
Okay. Well, then I will add
Is
that. And I'm not
1 per
fatigued,
hour. 1 per hour rest, or a full 8 hours rest restores all of it.
and I would have been at 9. Okay. Never mind.
Sweet. So you're not fatigued. So suddenly you're not staggered or fatigued. That was
great.
nice. A little bit of bookkeeping.
I will send Midnight to the one on
He's like, "Brr, brr." I don't want to go. No.
No, thank you.
Let Serpent take it. Let Serpent fight. Why do I talk like Yodonga?
I will have
Everybody
him
love to
go,
talk like Udonga.
I will have him go to the one next to so the one above the second one. Let me see if I
You
can.
mean like here? Like the one next on helping Sildorian?
Yeah, I want to help Sildorian.
Sildorian. All right. So he's like, bite and claw. Do you want to make his rolls?
No.
You want me to? Great. Put it on me. So +5 of the claw. Ooh. Well, he makes contact, but it doesn't seem to do anything to it. There's a slight amount of confusion from midnight. Like what?
Now he has cold iron claws, right?
Yes, exactly. However, his bite is like, he like grabs the thing's arm and like rips. So this time, the bite actually manages to do 3 points of damage. Not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And it's like,
There's a bear on me. Kill it.
and is that it for Blue Star? That was free to order.
Bearable.
It was an
Yeah, that was
action,
it. Yeah.
order the serpent, and then the failed Quagmire.
Yeah. So Hethelian's turn.
All right. I get one action from me, so I put that cold iron arrow in, and I use careful aim to shoot at the injured one on Sildorian.
Okay, I think that would be that one.
Yep.
So -2 because there's a bear and Sildorian.
But I am using careful aim.
Oh, right. Yeah. So that gets rid of that.
Okay.
So 1 stamina. So no penalties.
19.
19 will hit it, but oh wait, it's cold iron. All right. So
It's
yeah.
cold iron.
Yep. It drills it for 5 points of damage. It would have been 0 if it wasn't cold iron. Oh wait, arm piercing 1, right? Longbow.
Yes.
So 6
Yeah.
points of damage. It would have only been 1 otherwise.
Nice.
All right, and it's got a red dot.
To go with its
You
red
hear
hat.
it scream in like terror and pain, and it shouts and it's like cold iron, like it's some atrocity. Cold iron.
I don't
And
like to touch it, but I'll shoot it into your bloody ass.
back to the top of the next round.
Shoots the head,
Sildorian.
not the ass.
Sildorian retreats. He is pretty bad off. He gets to his horse and
He leaves.
He leaves
and
us.
takes off, jumps the river, and heads into Brythia.
It's quite the horse.
Jumps, and that's without the horse.
Oh,
So no, he retrieves his longbow. His crossbow, knocks it, and that's all he could do this round. Or cocks it, and so Reese is like, "What the bloody?" He's staggered, so he has to do a morale check as an NPC. But nope, he's actually pretty ticked at this thing, and he's like thrusting his spear at it. He does this cool maneuver. He like thrusts at the tip, and then he whips around with the haft. He like spins it around and like, so he has the old shaft and half, or haft and staff.
give him the
maneuver.
shaft.
So his tip doesn't do anything,
A little poke and whack.
and we're teetering on the edge of things that no one will say, but we're all thinking it.
A poke and whack?
All right, Reese doesn't. He manages to make contact. He smacks at the red cap a couple times, but it doesn't seem to do anything.
Damn.
So there's a small chance.
Red caps.
All right, and then you see him drop his spear, and he pulls out from his boot what appears to be a dagger, a knife made of very dark iron, which probably is cold iron.
Why didn't he lead with that, man?
He thought he could use his actual spear that he's better at, and they realized, nope, that dark elf was right.
Yes.
So Khan's turn.
Khan is going to play pokey stabby with the one in front of him that the snake has bit him. So he's going to pokey stabby that guy.
All right. Oh, so that dagger will slash into that dude for maximum damage is 11, right?
Mm-hmm. It got
11.
AP1 though. AP1.
Yep, 11 points of damage.
Nice.
And yeah, you stab deep. It's like it screams in pain, and it's barely standing.
And I go after it with dagger number 2.
Nice.
Nice. Still not
Finish.
cold iron, but it doesn't matter because that's still 1 point of damage. Wait, 19. Oh no, more than that. And that dagger will finish it off
Woohoo!
as it drops to the ground.
1 down.
It will be dipping its cap not new this night.
Yep. That's
All
good.
right.
That's 1 less.
Do you continue your movement, Con, or do you stay there?
I'll stay here.
All right. Nice.
Otherwise, I would just retreat, but I'm not retreating at this point.
So they're next. And this one is like hell-bent on Silendor for some reason. But does he want to disengage from the bear? All right. He tries to tumble past midnight to get to Silendor because he's bleeding the most. And it has a +4 in acrobatics. Oh, so the red cap tries to tumble, like literally tries to like cartwheel past midnight, but slips, and midnight gets a free reactive attack. So I'll do that unless,
Munchy.
swipe with its claw, and does hit it, but again, it didn't seem to do any damage. And it continues on its journey to Silendor. All right, so claws at Silendor. Misses,
Oh, thank God.
and then the short sword threatens a critical failure. But in his staggered condition, his defense is not a critical failure.
Oh, well.
So
At least he missed
but
twice.
It missed twice, yeah.
Mhm.
And then the one on Uris will. Let's see.
Poop his pants.
So, oh dear, yeah. And unfortunately, your Kimrethi guide crumbles to the ground,
Hey.
either slain or deeply unconscious. Oh dear. And the red
There's
cap.
one extra.
As its second action, you could see it pull off. Well, I don't know if anybody really would see it. Hethelian probably would see it, or Blue Star. You see it pull off its leathery, deep red leathery cap, and it like drips. It dips the cap in the blood of Reese, just kind of like. All right. And
Was he injured at all? That one that killed Reese?
it is does not look injured.
Okay. It wasn't before it dipped its cap, right?
It was not even before, yeah. And the other one's attacking back at midnight. Claw misses midnight, and the short sword cuts midnight for 3 points of damage.
Ouch.
He's down to 18. No. All right, and Blue Star's turn.
Okay. First, do I need to make another animal handling for the serpent?
To keep it attacking.
Yeah.
You think it's probably going to just keep doing it?
Okay. Then
Yeah.
do I? Okay, then I won't worry about him then.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it'll attack the correct target. But
the dead.
I mean, it has been
Starts
with
eating the dead.
it has been with you all for like 3 days, so it seems to kind of understand
Yeah, kind of know.
who your pack is. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just as long as it doesn't kill midnight. Well, then if I have two actions still, I will try to cast slumber on
Cool.
Will I be able to do a range with the two at the bottom, or is that too far apart?
For slumber?
Yeah.
Oh wait, can you get more than one target? I can't remember my own spells.
There's a 10 and a 15 DL.
Oh, 15 is for a non-humanoid, like something that's not humanoid, I believe.
So
What?
DL would be 15 for
I
this.
think it's only one target otherwise. Slumber. I'll double check the STU slumber. Where's the tot? Right. Spirit weapon, shapeshift, slumber. Oh no, it's 2 per creature affected. So yeah, no, you're right, Madison. So the DL 15 is a 2x2 yard area.
All right. Well, I will try to do that on the two at the bottom then. Hopefully
Cool. So wait, they're not within 2.
it doesn't work.
They're not
So
within 2 yards of each other anyway.
Yeah. Well, since that doesn't work, she pulls out her harp and does battle muse.
Okay.
So that would have
So
been
that's 2 spell points and 2 stamina points gone again. And then you pull out the harp
Yep, and I do battle muse.
and start performing a battle song. It's a performance roll. Performance.
This is the battle where we win. Yes, it is. We win the battle, kill the red caps. Yes, 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 yes. With harp.
But with a harp. Still, ooh.
There it is.
You got the full benefit.
Kill them all.
Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit, kill the red caps. So that's the full version. That gives everybody +1 to melee attacks, defense, and resolve and endurance for the full round. All right.
So that's
Nice.
+2, you said? Or +1?
No, it's +1 to all 4 of those things.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, all right. Nice. And that's the stamina point booster. Another one. 2 down to 6, I believe.
Yes.
Now she's staggered.
Just got drained. Yeah, you're fatigued now, aren't you?
You're fatigued, not staggered.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. Kind of the same
A
thing.
little bit.
So it's Hithalion. What?
Oh, I said it's been a long day for her.
Oh, Midnight's attack. Midnight
Oh,
is
yeah.
still
Midnight.
following his last command, which is to attack them. So Claw misses. Well, it hits, but it didn't get through its flesh. And then his bite will also miss.
Dang.
How about the serpent?
And the serpent.
Serpent.
Oh, the serpent's going for the same target. That Midnight. So they both get a +1 flanking bonus. The Evoke will get a... Man, they both missed. Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. It has this attack that I don't think you guys have seen yet. Could spray boiling water.
Oh.
Actually, didn't it do that to Con? Or tried to?
No.
Oh,
it
it
only-
created a whirlpool.
Oh, that's right.
Read it over.
That's the one thing. So,
But I think her lore roll, one of our lore rolls, you told us that he does spew boiling water.
yeah, it can. Yeah, superheated water. But it's not going to do it because Midnight's there, and it seems to understand that Midnight likes Blue Star. So Hithalion.
All right. If I take my action to come here, then I could use double arrow shot on these two. Are they're close enough, right? To do.
Yeah, they only have to be within 3 yards.
Okay. One of my arrows will be cold iron, and then I would I know. Given my she nature, would silver also have a damaging effect, or?
Yeah, it would be a lore roll.
All right. Well, I'm not going to lure it. I'm just going to try. I'm going to try it. So one of them will be cold iron, and one of them will be silver plated. So my first attack will be going on the damaged one with the cold iron.
The one that's on Sildorian.
The staggered one.
So that's -1 because you can't use careful aim. The Sildorian's right there.
Okay. But +1 with the battle muse that.
Yep.
Aha!
22, and that was cold iron. Nice.
That was cold iron.
So that drills it for 6 arm piercing, 7 points of damage, and it drops. Arrow through its throat.
Okay.
Nice.
And then the next one is silver on the other guy who just dipped his hat in Reese.
Hmm. Yeah.
And so, let's see. Second arrow is -2, right?
Yes,
I know.
-2. Yep.
Yeah. Hey, still got a good roll.
Ooh. All right. Looks like the silver doesn't do anything special, but
All right,
still,
all right.
that's a 22. It's still 4 points of damage with armor piercing. So it still kind of skimmed it a little bit it hurt it a little bit.
Damn.
Nice.
All right, need more. I need more cold iron.
Yeah. And back to the top with Con.
Isn't Sildorian top?
Is he?
Oh,
Oh, yeah, there
yes.
is 21. Okay. Wow, he's really hurt. I forgot there's one other trick he could do here. Doesn't do it very often, but he does actually know a little bit of sorcery. And he will. Oh, nice. Staggered there. Now he had his crossbow already loaded. So he will fire at the one who Thelian just shot the silver arrow at. And he's staggered though. The bolt does hit and just nicks it for 1 point of damage.
Mm.
So, all right. I think so. I thought Sildorian had cold iron on him, but he doesn't. Probably he doesn't like the touch of it. Doesn't like it on him.
A question. At the beginning of this campaign, before we started recording, didn't Sir Dorian give me 2 cold iron arrows? Or am I just imagining that?
Of the session? Well, at the beginning of the campaign, I think they gave you.
I would still have those then.
I think did not he and Telendor give you?
I think so. I forgot to write it down again. So
So Madison, make a luck roll.
yeah, this
We'll settle it.
yeah.
We'll settle it that way.
That's a good fight.
Yeah,
Oh.
you got 2 cold iron arrows
Okay.
that somehow materialize in your quiver.
Oh, I think I
Why
do
are you
have
saying
them. I remember them giving me something along those lines.
Yeah.
So, okay.
But since you didn't write it down, maybe there's a chance that technically they could have fallen out your quiver. But anyway, that decided
Yeah.
it. So, because I kind of remember that too. There.
Yeah. I think it's when I update the sheet, like because I write down stuff, it's like when I transfer it to computer, I forget to
All right. Yeah.
type it.
So 2 cold iron tipped arrows.
I will be giving them to someone. So
It's
I have my turn.
Reese's turn. He will try to hang on to dear life on an endurance roll to keep to bleeding further. And nope. So
He has a
looks like
+1.
he might already be dead, or he might have just bled out. Yeah. Well, no, he's not conscious to be inspired.
Oh.
I'm trying to stop my bleeding. Thanks for the inspiration. All right, Khan is next.
Khan charges up. I don't get a bonus for Reese, correct?
Nah, he's not. He's not providing much of a distraction.
He's not a threat.
Well, he is a distraction technically, because the thing is all
Right.
like.
So I'm going to tacky with my dagger 1.
Oh, dear God! Not a crit fail, at least, but definitely a miss.
And then a tacky with crit or with dagger 2.
21, and this is just right. So that will
And
be.
that would be 22 because of her inspirational.
Oh, okay. 3 points of damage, which I think exactly enough to make it staggered.
Oh, yay.
Sweet. All right. Cool. Okay. And then is that it, or do you keep moving?
I'm going to stay where I am. I'm not going to back off at the moment.
So it completes they first of putting the it puts its bloody cap, its newly blooded cap on its, and you could see like its wounds begin to regenerate.
Yeah.
Just slightly, not a whole lot, but it's no longer staggered. And then it claws. It's like and it claws at Khan. And this time hits, but not by too much. It's armor piercing 4 points of damage to Khan.
Damn, 4 points?
Yeah, it was 2 and has armor piercing 2, so 4.
Yeah, 25? Jesus.
Well, I got a 23. That is armor piercing 2.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Damn you.
So you're down to.
Yeah. So -4, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't come out right.
Okay.
Well, no, I don't want it to
Oh,
come
you
out
already
that
did
way.
it. All right. Do it.
That way
do
I
it.
know how much I start with.
I was doing it my way, but if that's easy, that's the easy way to.
This
track
way
it.
I can see what I start with, so I know when I reach half.
Okay. And it follows up with a short sword strike. And that gets a 20, so it barely misses.
Whew.
Yeah. And then this one here is like shouting and she at the other one.
It's like, I've got
She
two
shout. It's
beasts
she
stop
shout.
me. And a vonk and a bear. Get over here. Quit dipping your cap in humans.
And so it will, but it's still fighting. So it stabs, it claws at the Avonk and misses. The Avonk's too crafty, too sneaky and slithery. And then it stabs its short sword. Oh no, Midnight. Oh, Midnight is stabbed for 8 points of damage.
8.
Down to 10 health and staggered.
Okay. He's okay. He's still kicking.
It's still.
Still kicking.
You can heal him.
Ouch.
It's been a hard day for Midnight.
Yeah.
Doesn't her inspiration give me a +1 to defense?
Mhm.
Oh, good. So wouldn't that be -3 then?
I don't think I added it in. So you would have only taken 3 instead of 1.
How about Midnight?
I thought I added that one. No, I didn't add it in. So he took 7 instead of 8. All right, so he's at 11 health.
Okay.
Still staggered now, yeah.
Still staggered.
Playing aggressively.
So yeah, your turn now. Still doing it again, Battle Muse.
Well, I'm gonna gosh. I think I'm gonna have Midnight pull back because I don't want my Midnight to be slain like Reese. So I'm gonna have Midnight, right there.
All right.
Start eating the dead one.
He looks tempted. He wants to put the cap on to heal himself.
That would be funny.
He's like trying to get it up on his head.
A black bear red cap.
Oh my gosh. Can I call over Hethelian? Would that cost an action to call her over so I can
No,
give her?
not just to shout a
arrows?
few words.
Well, it's to give her the arrows.
So I'll have to come on my turn though. So
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you're just trying to get her attention, that's fine. But
Yeah, I'll get her attention so I can give her the arrows.
I mean, unless if you're tossing them to her, otherwise she'll have to come get them on her turn.
What role would be a toss?
Range weaponry. You don't. It's only a 10. You just have to kind of heave them over Sildorian's head, though.
I'm not really good, but I can try. I'm afraid.
And it is an action. You still want to do it?
I want her to have the
Okay.
arrows.
The
so
2
yeah.
cold iron. Yeah, she's the best archer in the.
And I sling them off into the river.
Did you threw both at once? So actually, a 6. The river's behind you. Yeah. So one arrow actually makes it like right at her feet, so she can grab it as a free action. The other arrow kind of glances off of Sildorian's shoulder and lands on the red cap corpse.
Oh, that's not bad.
So 2 yards away.
That's not bad.
Sidori gives you a look like, really? Why was that necessary?
You almost killed me earlier with your bolt. Don't look at me.
He's irritated anyway. He's at. I'll go ahead and tell you guys. He's at 1 health.
Oh.
So even the arrow hitting him probably hurt a lot. So 1 action left for Blue Star.
I will do Battle Muse again.
Cool. All right. Another stamina point.
Yeah.
But it was really good last round because it factored in a few times.
Yeah, I'm keeping that roll.
So down to 5. I already did your stamina, Madison.
Oh, you already did?
Yeah, you're at 5. So you wouldn't do it again. That's the only reason I told you.
Oh, okay.
So you wouldn't ping it again.
Gotcha.
All right, so I guess my first action will be to pick up the arrow that's at my feet.
Wait, I was just waiting for Blue Star's performance roll. Oh, do you want to keep the last one?
Sorry.
It was a 20, right? So
Yeah, you have the option to re-roll it, or you can just keep it going. But since you had a 27, why not, right?
Huh?
I mean, you can roll performance every round, or you can just keep the last one.
The last one is as high as it goes, right?
So
when
that's
it
what
comes
I'm
to
saying.
bonus?
I assume you want to keep it, right? 27.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Unless you wanted to try for a crit or something. But all right. So
Yeah, so my first action is pick up the arrow that landed at my feet, knock it, and shoot it at the one. I'm going to use careful aim, so so I don't have to worry about hopefully hitting Khan. There it is.
Ooh, 27. That was cold iron arrow. The arrow drills this thing. 16, 11, 12 points of damage deep into its chest, and it drops to the ground. Nice. That was a bit of a game changer.
Yeah. And that stamina point for the careful aim put me right at fatigue, so
yeah, and to be a stickler, to pick up the arrow is 0 action, and then the knock is a 0 action, but 2 0 action equals 1. And then,
okay.
So technically that was 2 actions.
All right, so I'm done then.
But it was probably worth it.
Yeah. Yep.
And back to Sildorian. So Sildorian is not doing too well.
Can I tell him stay back?
Well, he's got his bow. He can pick up the arrow.
He nods to. He's almost using his horse for cover as well, kind of bracing on it. And it's almost too much to cock the crossbow, but he is doing it. And then he aims it again at
the one remaining
at midnight. And his crossbow bolt hits this one, drills it for kind of, it's a nick because it's not cold iron, but it's 2 points of damage.
Nope, that is a cold iron.
3.
He's
got shooting a crossbow bolt.
Oh, I thought he shot the one she tossed at him. Sorry.
Nah, it wouldn't really. It doesn't really fit in a crossbow. But still, he knocked it. He hurt it a little bit.
All right.
And now it's poor Reese, and then Khan.
Khan comes up on him. He gets the extra point because of she's no longer doing Battle Muse, right?
No, she is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You are okay. So I'm gonna come up. I'm gonna get him, but I get an extra +1 for the outnumbering bonus. Correct?
Yep.
All right. So this will be +2 on my first attack. So that's 23.
23. Stab arrow piercing 1. Right. It's 5 points of damage, and it's staggered.
And then I will do another. My second dagger is also +2 for 17.
Okay. That hits it, but it doesn't cut its flesh. So.
And with that, I'm going to bounce away.
All right. It weakly claws at you for a free reactive attack and misses. Misses. All right. And then on its turn, because there's no more because there's 3 of them, it disengages and starts heading down the hillside from whence it came. And let's see.
When it came.
Let me give you how fast they are. It's pretty fast. It moves after disengaging. It moves about 13 yards.
Well, I'm faster than it. I could chase it down.
Could if you wanted to. Yeah. Heads off into
I
the
don't-
marsh,
Do I have
into the darkness.
agile, seek a straight, nice ambidextrous, hit and run, cat-like reflexes? I do not have the charging attack, unfortunately.
Rushing attack. So
Yeah,
Blue
it's
Star's turn. Do you want to let it go, Blue Star, or do you do
No.
anything?
I didn't want to let it go. I will try to cast slumber on it.
So you're out of range now, but if you move up, you could-
Yeah, I will move up then.
What's your mobility? It's only like 7, right? Or 8.
8. Yeah, 8.
The slowest wild she in history. But you can still easily get within range
Okay.
as one action.
Yeah.
And you
Alright,
start chanting the slumber spell.
Yes.
Sleep, Poppy.
24.
Ooh, Toad dear. The spell manifests for sure, but does he will himself out of it? He does not. He collapses face first into the muck.
Die.
I turn over to Khan and I tell him, finish him.
Khan makes no short work of that.
Use the cold iron arrow to cut his throat.
Yeah, it's a little messier if you don't use cold iron, but
I basically take my mastercrafted dagger and I take his head clean off.
yeah. So you kill him well before that with a to the jugular, and then it's very messy if you're trying to do the rest of it without cold iron. Something about its fey-like anatomy. But anyway.
Well, then yes, I take my sweet time cutting his head clean off.
So Blue Star probably turns away from that.
Yes.
Hey,
And
she told me to finish him, and she did not say how.
finish him.
Whenever I get the finish him mark when I was in the gladiatorial ring, it meant grisly, violent death.
Yeah. Which is probably pretty rare because gladiators are expensive to train.
Yeah.
So, but probably happened a few times. So this is probably a good place to stop because it's 11:17 and we just finished a climatic scene.
Yes, there'll be a lot of
Perfect.
cleanup and rest and all of that, but we can do that.
Searching
Yeah,
of
I was
bodies.
going to do that, but I was like, that's another 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So we'll pick up next session, everyone. Audience out there, thanks for hanging with us. That was a nice little 4-hour session. It looks like the red caps were scary, but they got through it and defeated them and didn't lose anyone except for, actually, I'll go ahead and tell you that if you check Reese, he's looks like he was finished.
No.
Yeah, he's did not make it. But
Oh no, what are we
Sildorian,
gonna tell his mom?
poor guy.
I'm sorry, I'm playing taps for him.
And wow, there's a lot of cleanup next time. Midnight's staggered.
Yeah.
Sildorian's well beyond staggered.
I need to lick my wounds.
Blue Star's fatigued. You got a Khan even got injured.
Yeah.
Hellions fatigued.
Hethelian's fatigued. And the Avant is was poisoned by
What?
their weapons.
Really?
Oh wait, you didn't know, sorry, you didn't hear that. That was out of game. Just kidding.
Okay. I was like,
I love it when Mike throws in the extra bit of terrible.
Just pile it on. All right, yeah. So secret vote. 1 vote is in.
Oh yeah.
The Avant gets a vote. Looks like Bronwyn got a vote, and Midnight.
Bronwyn gets the vote.
Okay, that's just poor taste, guys. Reese got a vote. Come on.
oh, can we not vote for him?
Yes.
Ooh,
If he
all
gets an
right.
extra experience points, he comes back.
It's 1-1.
Uh-oh.
And there's the tiebreaker. Khan wins 2-1.
Woo, thanks, guys.
Gone.
Good.
God.
So 4 experience points for everybody except for Khan gets 5.
Does that put me at 3 now?
35.
35 is third advantage.
Oh, 35 is 3. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn, I'm 5 shy.
But
That's good.
If you do it again
Once
next
bitten.
time.
Once
Well.
bitten, 5 shy.
Once bitten, 5 shy.
Nice. Terrible movie, but
But cool
I
saying.
thought it was great.
So I'm going to end the recording.
well,
and
you
then-
know, Jim Carrey's one of Jim Carrey's better roles.
and then we can all say goodbye on roll 20. Anyway, it was fun, y'all. It was fun again. I hope y'all enjoyed.
Yeah,
It was,
I enjoyed
Yeah.
it. It was fun. We had a good time.
it was a
I'm
good
looking
session.
forward to getting the stones. Did I hear something about us having a delay from our next game, or are we still doing it in 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, so I have rehearsals for the Weir coming up, and it's gonna we're out for this campaign for like a month, unfortunately,
Okay.
because Wednesday
Alright.
night rehearsals. But
Enjoy
once the show
rehearsal.
gets up, March 18th, then we
Okay.
can be back.
So is there another day we could meet up then, or are we just gonna call it for a month?
I guess we could talk about it. Do y'all want
Okay.
to? I mean,
Well, let's
Well, think about. I mean, it's really your schedule, Mike. Like with your rehearsals and stuff. If you're going to be overtaxed, and
yeah.
yeah.
Don't want to strain you out too much.
Yeah, I mean, well, we'll talk about it. I can't really know
Yeah.
right now, but
we'll pick this up in Messenger.
that's right. We'll pick it up. And
Yes.
we'll send a messenger. Send a raven.
Yes.
Send
It will be
the-
slower, but I will tie a letter to a bird and hope it makes it to you.
A swallow. European or African. Anyway, all right.
Watch
Thanks,
it for that.
thanks, players. That was fun. Thanks, audience, for watching.
Night, everybody.
Bye,
Good night.
everyone. Till next time.
Yes.
Farewell. Happy adventuring. Wait, awkward ending yet again.
Best kind.
Awkward ending. And 3, 2, 1.